Yeah, yeah. Apply pressure from every angle, you feel me? Yeah, you know, attack more. Never fold, man. Nah, never fold, never quit, yeah. Keep going, like, yeah. Now they gotta feel me, yeah. Now they gotta feel me, yeah. Now they finna feel me. I try to keep it cool, but niggas always act a fool. So now they gotta feel me, yeah. Now they gotta feel me, yeah. Now they finna feel me. I try to keep it cool, but niggas always act a fool. So now they gotta, yeah, I smoke that thing. Tryna get M's in the bank, fuck what they think. Knock a nigga whole mouth out. Come side me, top break, throw hands like Tank. Knock it out the park like Hank. I've been doing them planks, what you got on my drink? I've been trying to keep my sane. Humanity so lame, fuck you and your gang. Speaking on the dead man's name.
Do you like the idea that Kyler is the long-term fix at quarterback in Minnesota?
First of all, it's a bummer headline to read if you're J.J. McCarthy. That your head coach is just like, hey, it's not just for this year. Like we
But definitely use it as fuel to the fire, right? Right. I think I was muted there. But JJ McCarthy definitely should feel away, you know. Your coach is saying, hey, Murray may be the future. You know, he may be the future all of a sudden. I mean, yeah, how do you think he would feel or should feel as well? You understand? So yes, McCarthy has a right to feel away, a definite way, Holmes, period. They're pretty much crowning Murray the QB1. How would you feel if you were McCarthy as well? It's only right. It's only right. But it's cool. He's going to use it as fuel to the fire. Here we go.
need a long-term fix here. And I'm not even saying they're wrong because I haven't been a J.J. McCarthy believer back to Michigan, even when he won the national championship. But my answer to this question is absolutely unequivocally no. And just like I saw Bruce Wimby take when I was working, you know, in the Eastern Hemisphere, I also saw Danny's Kyler takes. And I listen, I understand the NFL has a lot of television partners and you can watch games on a lot of different networks, things. I don't know where people were getting the different Cardinals games than me. I'm unaware, and I am stunned at how many people think, well, obviously he's going to be just a demonstrably different player than he's been. I don't look at the Vikings as a demonstrably better situation than his best situations in Arizona.
Really?
Really? Yeah, that's
when he had peak.
That's cap. Nick Wright is capping. I mean, if we're being real, like I said before, we've talked about it here. You know, Kyler Murray has played with competition. He has had weapons and all that, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Now, can you question the coaching staff? Was there problems with the GM? Could be. But we know for a fact, certainly, Murray had problems of his own, like wanting to play the game instead of the actual game. So I'm sure it's a lot of a lot of ways, a lot of directions you can point the blame, but Arizona, Minnesota, if you compare the two, yes, Murray had weapons at one point of time for sure, but just the whole roster is different in Minnesota. You know, especially at this moment in his career. I don't think he's ever been around weapons like Jettas and Addison put together, but he did play with D Hop Holmes. You know, he did play with Rondell Moore. Rest in peace, Rondell Moore, for sure. So Murray has had weapons though, for real. Now, as far as a better situation, as far as the organization, coaching staff, GM, etc., we shall see. Here we go.
DeAndre Hopkins when he had,
and he was having good years those years.
He had, I think he had, I thought he had one good year. I thought he had one good year. The year they started off super hot, and then he had they had the terrible playoff game. And he had Cliff Kingsbury as his head coach, who again I think is limited as a head coach, but obviously.
I mean, yeah, you got to take that into consideration as well. You know, not a lot of people believe in Cliff Kingsbury. A lot of people said he was horrible, piss poor. So are we talking about development or lack of horrible play calling, whatever the case may be? It's definitely a difference in Minnesota. Period. You know, change of scenery and all that.
Is an offensive mind and to get the most out of the quarterback.
I don't know what Nick Wright is way off talking about. It's not different, or it won't possibly make a difference, or he doesn't see a big change. Yeah, the change is definitely there, Holmes, early. He's never played with a Jettas, period. You know what I mean? The best receiver in the game. All right. Has he ever had a Jordan Addison for a true wide receiver too? We go, man. Let's get it. Has he ever, you know, since everybody crowns KOC every damn day from jump, since he came in the building for sure. The QB whisperer, what he does with veteran quarterbacks, what he did with Kirk Cousins, what he did with Sam Darnold. Oh, shit. Most people assume what? He will do the same thing with Kyler Murray. Here we go.
Well, I mean, Kevin O'Connell is a really, really good play caller. And I think it is fair to say right now the jury is out on him as a head coach.
Really?
We've seen them make the playoffs twice, both times get embarrassed in the one playoff game.
Hey, I love what Nick Wright said right there, Holmes, early. Check him out. Heavy. Let's get it, man. Hold on one second, Holmes. Early. Here we go.
And they had the terrible playoff game. And he had Cliff Kingsbury.
You know, Nick Wright, pay attention, play close attention, Holmes. Heavy. He just said something very interesting and real about KOC. See, I like it. See, this may be really the first time an analyst on ESPN, whatever the case, who's plugged in and who knows this guy and knows that woman and knows him and knows her and all that. You know, is he the first one that is not protecting KOC? Here we go. Pay attention.
As his head coach, who again I think is limited as a head coach, but obviously is an offensive mind and to get the most out of the quarterback. Yeah. Well, I mean, Kevin O'Connell is a really, really good play caller. Mm-hmm. And I think it is fair to say right now the jury is out on him as a head coach.
Really?
Boom, I like it, Nick Wright. You damn right, Nick Wright. You heard what he said? The jury is still out on Kevin O'Connell as being a great head coach. There you go, Nick Wright. Keep it real, dog. Keep it motherfucking real, Nick Wright. Heavy. So glad he said that shit, bro. Where the sirens at around this bitch? SKOL VIKES. You know?
We've seen them make the playoffs twice, both times get embarrassed in the one playoff game.
I think
facts.
The playoff record is fair, but he has been a very good.
See, this dude quiet as hell. He don't know real Vikings ball. I can tell he don't know real damn Vikings ball. You understand? Heavy. Nick Wright. Hey, man, that's real shit. What has KOC done? I'm glad he said it. Shit. Bruce R finna get up there, try to conflict some shit, but we know what's going on. You know it. I know it. Come on, man. The man been there 4 years, not one playoff win. You damn right, Nick Wright. You damn right, Nick Wright. Let's get it, Holmes. Heavy. Here we go.
They won 9 games last year with abysmal.
Now he was he was off on a Kyler Murray statement talking about it's not a better scene for him, but this KOC shit right here, oh, he's right on the money for real. Here we go. Look at Bruce Sard finna try to protect KOC.
More quarterback play.
With it, right, with a team led by its defense and Brian
But he
Flores.
gets credit for that.
Well,
he's the head coach.
Okay, but I mean, I feel like his calling card is his offensive whispering, like the quarterback whispering. But regardless, I do think he's obviously better.
And still, quarterback whispering is all a hype, is all a flaw, is all lies. He ain't done nothing to be considered a quarterback whisperer yet. We go.
Head coach than Cliff Kingsbury. I'm just saying, Cliff Kingsbury. People liked Cliff Kingsbury. People thought that was going to work. Yeah. I don't know why people think Kyler is obviously the worst quarterback in that division. He like by a lot. And
big facts, no cap. Here we go. But you all think Kyler Murray is going to be your savior. You got people talking about, oh, the Vikings are an NFC championship team now. They ain't even seen a man take one snap. The man was hurt majority of the season. Didn't the man get his spot taken by Brissett as well? So what the hell are we talking about here? You want to crown the man, give the man something to look forward to or lean on, then damn it, say, hey, the change of scenery, playing with Justin Jefferson, playing with Jordan Addison. You can throw big soft Hawk in there if you want to, but I really don't give a damn. But being around different weapons, being coached, being under O'Connell's wing, yeah, say that. But let's stop acting like, oh, because we signed Kyler Murray, got him for a steal and a great deal. Oh, he's going to take us to the promised land. The man ain't took one snap yet. According to KOC, it's a quarterback battle. So how the fuck you know he even going to be QB1? Comment down, comment way down, chump punks. Here we go. Score VIKES. Lock in 9. Here we go.
And tell me, KW.
I've seen Kyler rip off double-digit, wins in a row. Like I've seen did they go 11-0, 10-0?
I think they started something like that. But
I've seen him play really well.
You've seen every other quarterback in that division have a higher peak. You've seen every other quarterback in that division win a playoff game. You've seen every other quarterback in that division have, I guess you could say Caleb hasn't had a better start to finish season than Kyler's best season, but I would disagree if you include the playoffs. And so I don't know why people all of a sudden think this is going to work.
So let me ask you,
That's what I'm saying. Like Nick Wright, as far as this point goes, now he's wrong a lot of times, but right here, as far as Minnesota Vikings business goes, he hit it on the head with a damn hammer, Holmes. Heavy. He should stop saying that Kyler Murray is the answer. You got to build a team, motherfuckers. You got to win the draft, motherfuckers, and all that, Holmes. Yeah. People talking about this and talking about that. Murray, we don't know who Murray is. You don't know which Murray you're getting. You don't know if Murray can play a full 17 games. Shit, hell, even a full 10 games. And we talking about Murray is the guy. Everybody talking about K1. What the fuck is a K1 when you got a 9? Huh? Lock in 9. Lock in, bro. No cap. Here we go. But shout out Nick Wright for finally speaking out against KOC. Saying, wait a damn minute here. He's not, let's not crown him yet. He still ain't proven shit. Coach of the year. For what? Not one playoff win in 4 years, period. And I don't want to hear about they reached 9 wins because they had J.J. McCarthy, and they had horrible quarterback play. Man, they had horrible play calling, horrible coaching, horrible game management, horrible play from everybody and everyone. Receiver play, tight end play, O-line play, all that. So let's get down to the nitty-gritty and the root of the damn problem, Holmes. For real. Here we go. Shout out Nick Wright tonight. Here we go.
You saying it's not even worth because I'm not sure. I think look, he was rookie of the year. Was a 2-time legitimate Pro Bowler, and then he's struggled since he's had injuries and all that. If he's humbled if he has truly been humbled, and he should, because the Cardinals are paying him $37 million to go away and play for someone else. If he's been humbled,
and people just ignore that, like, damn, think about it. In all actuality, reality, the Cardinals paid this man $38 million to go away, took the hit for him to go away. They didn't say, hey, we need to save some cap space, save some money, save some guapino, federale, linguini, fettuccine, baby. Hell no. They paid him $38 million to go the hell away. But people just ignore that, act like that's not a true fact. I mean, hell, they did it for a reason, right? Right. And the whole gaming shit, him wanting to be a gamer instead of a football player, oh, that was real. Believe it or not, it was fucking real. It wasn't just rumors, speculations, and all that. Come on now. His leadership being in question is a real thing. And y'all forget he still has to earn it in Minnesota. You see where Jordan Addison stand. He drew the line in the sand early. He said he let it be known early. Holmes, hold up, stay down. JJ McCarthy gonna be a damn star. Y'all talking about this, talking about that. So it's people have picked sides already. Even Byron Murphy, he over there around yonder, kind of siding with Kyler Murray, huh? Yeah, but it's all good. It's gonna make for a great competition at training camp. Oh yeah, it's gonna be real fireworks, fire, baby, fire. Here we go. SKOL VIKES.
enough to study the playbook and really be on top of that, not be as arrogant and all that. Listen to O'Connell and not try to be Superman every play. Be Clark Kent more often, but then pull out the
Yeah, Nick, hey Nick, right? Hey, I see Nick Wright been paying attention, huh? Heavy. Yeah, you know it, Nick Wright. You know it. I done seen you before, bro. You hear me? Heavy. Yeah. Yeah, bro. Yeah. Who told you about KOC, boy? Who broke it down in the boogie downtown for you? Now you on KOC side, or now you against KOC though, Nick Wright? All right, better early. I know you've been watching, boy. Let's get it. SKOL VIKES. You know what it is, boy. The biggest. Here we go. I'll break Nick right down like a damn fraction. Here we go.
cape and be Superman when it fits. I think he could have a really good year there, and I just think it's worth a shot.
Imagine being able to build anything just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
Okay. So I'm actually
Now he want to talk. Now you want to talk. I mean, damn, they've been talking for about a good 30, talking about a bunch of bullshit, Holmes. Heavy. Some erroneous things have been said. And where you been at? Where your antennas been at, my boy? Huh? Who sent you, my boy? Earth. Now you want to speak? Speak then, Jack. You jive turkey chump punk. Here we go.
I love how this got mapped out with First Things First, because we've talked about this already at length, but they've really added a whole nother layer to this, and Nick is asking rhetorical questions that I'm going to answer, because I think this actually matches up to having a great.
What you know about Vikings business? What you know about Vikings Ben IE, home? You hear me? Heavy. You know what you know about Vikings business? Who sent you? Are you a Vikings fan? Are you a McCarthy fan? Who are you, dog? Who are you for real? You understand? Heavy. Know what I mean, dog? You speaking on Vikings business, this SKOL territory, Holmes. Watch your mouth and watch your damn tone. Here we go.
Conversation, a great conversation. So walk this path with me. Okay. First off, the whole strong idea. Let's get some like the low-hanging fruit out of the way. The whole strong idea about Kyler Murray, about what he can do is like, listen, he's had some success in Arizona. Okay. He's had some success in Arizona. He's now going to go to a significantly better situation with a significantly better quarterback. Therefore, you're just a better head coach. And so therefore, you're going to get better quarterback play out of Kyler Murray.
See, there he go. That's how I know he don't know about Vikings football for real. Now, of course, you sit back and assume that you would get better quarterback play from Kyler Murray off rip, for sure, off rip, because of KOC and who he so-called is. But obviously, he don't know KOC. See, people like him don't know the real KO. You hear me? Early. You know, he didn't see the piss poor play calling. He didn't watch the Seattle game and see the fucking horrible, maybe the worst play call in the world, lining Hawkinson's soft ass up and doing the tight end sneak. You know, he didn't see the dumb play action reverse to the short side of the field when your Max Brosmer, your undrafted quarterback, makes a horrible mistake because of the bad position you put him in. See, he coming up here talking, capping and yapping, trying to look like a Nick Wright. I might call him jailhead, but don't look like no jail is in his damn head. But you hear me, Holmes? He coming up here talking about Vikings business, but don't know real Vikings business. See, that'd be the main conundrum right there in general for me, period. People getting up here speaking on certain things when they don't know certain things. You can assume all you want to. Can KOC do right by this offense? I mean, damn. Oh, I get it. I get it. Maybe he wants to do right by Murray, so he will put more effort in for Murray, but he didn't do it with McCarthy. Oh, I get it. I get it. He wanted to put more effort in with Kirk, punk ass. Oh, he wanted to put more effort and time in with Sam Darnold, etc. Oh, but for some reason, JJ McCarthy, the only one that hasn't gotten that motherfucking treatment yet. Do he get it this year, KOC? Will he get it this year? So, hey, bozo, you go ask KOC that question. You hear me? Early. You know, shout out him, his channel, all that. But at the end of the day, bro, stop speaking on Vikings business if you ain't gonna break it down real Vikings business. You hear me? Heavy. You sound like a bunch of them other content creator jive turkey punks, even some of the Minnesota Vikings so-called content creators and Vikings fans, Holmes. Heavy. Huh? You sound like some of them punk chumps in Vikings media, man. Heavy. You coming up here capping and yapping. Man, you JT, you just talking. Straight up. Here we go. Let's get it, man. SKOL Vikes. The biggest ready. The fuck?
Right. We all obviously understand that. This is as well documented as it gets in modern football these days because of all the steady examples that we keep getting. So when Nick says, I don't understand why people think that Kyler Murray is going to have more success, blah, 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 blah. And it's just like, well, the most generic answer to that is, well, he's had some success in Arizona in far from ideal situation. He's now going to be with a better coach, better team. Therefore, you're going to get better Kyler Murray. Therefore, a better Minnesota Vikings.
How do you know you're going to get a better Kyler Murray? How do we know we're getting the same Kyler Murray? Huh? Which Kyler Murray are we getting? How do we know he will be better, my boy? My boy, expound. And don't just say, oh, because he's playing with KOC, because he's playing with Jettas, because he's playing with Addison. How do we know who he is as a quarterback? Which quarterback are we getting? Huh? What are you telling me right now? Are we getting the Kyler Murray from 22, 21, 20, 21, 22? Or are we getting this punk chump Kyler Murray from recent years? See, that's the problem right there. Let me say it again. He talking about, see, they be fooling the people and all that. Oh, you assume because he's with KOC, you assume you talking about KOC like the man got a Super Bowl ring or something, huh? And I don't care about the one he won with the Rams just being a coffee catcher, huh? Yeah, he a coffee runner. Sean McVay, AKO, it's about that time. Go handle that business around that bitch. Yeah, make sure my coffee, extra shot, espresso, all that. Boom. I need extra sugar too, my boy. Make it snappy, boy. You hear me? Heavy. That's what he was with the Rams. He just wanted to save face. Period. And they crown him off rip. Yeah, crown him off rip. But it makes sense now. Make him look a certain way, portray him in a certain way. Then he go to the Wilfs, boom. Put on a great speech for them, of course. He's such a great glib speaker, of course. Then you bring Quasi in the building, a little face as well. Then boom, everybody hyped up, excited, bamboozled by this so-called new regime. Yeah. Oh, I even got caught up into it for a minute as well. Oh, the culture change, this, that, blase, blah, boom. Or they're bringing a different energy, which they did. But KOC ain't won a playoff game in 4 years, Holmes. 4 years, Holmes, period. And y'all want to crown the motherfucker, huh? People like him want to crown the motherfucker, huh? Shit, not me. Stop it. Here we go.
Team, because this Minnesota Vikings team has not gotten good quarterback play. And it's like, okay, logically, we understand that. Boom. Where Nick is now taking it to the next level, and I think there's a flaw in some of this logic, although it does. This is actually what I got most excited about because I do want to unpack this even more, is the idea that, hey, he was actually in a good situation in Arizona in the beginning. Cliff Kingsbury's stock was through the roof. They actually had a great roster, et cetera, et cetera. And I remember that.
Arizona had a great roster for a couple years. Matter of fact, like I said, we can't sit here and act like Kyler Murray didn't have any weapons or never was on a good team. I mean, shit, we saw him play the Vikings, what, a couple times around there? Even recently, they had a mean-ass run game, period. They ran down the Vikings' throat up and down the damn field. The Cardinals really should have beat them that game, right? What was that, about 2 years ago? 3? Then the game at home, I mean, in Arizona, where Kyler Murray went off him, Rondale Moore, he running around making crazy plays, huh? Heavy. I believe the Vikings may have lost that one too, right? Right. So he's had weapons. The Cardinals have had certain moments and spurts and times where they were relevant. Even they had when they made it to the playoffs that year, got their ass beat, of course, but they was there. So Murray has had weapons. Now the overall new territory and new scheme for him, atmosphere for him is better. But is Hawkinson? I mean, we can talk about Hawkinson, but who was his tight end? Was Ertz his tight end or something like that? I'm probably taking Ertz over Hawkinson, punk ass, for real. You know, being real here, man. Hawkinson ain't shown me nothing in the last 2-3 years. All he done did was collect a check, and not do shit, bruh. Period. The Vikings just gave him bread, gave him Guapino Federale for nothing. Here we go.
Remember specifically watching that season. I was actually really excited to watch Kyler Murray, and I think that was the same season that oh my gosh, I can't think of his name right now. Zach Ertz was then traded because I remember the Eagles were terrible and they were at the bottom.
Zach Ertz. Shit, I'm taking Zach Ertz over Hawkinson, punk ass. Here we go.
Essentially, bottom of the NFL in terms of rankings, whatever the heck it is, whatever. I can't think of the phrase. And then he got sent to a first place team, right? He was essentially like last place, sent to like a first place team, and it was like, wow. But then Kyler got injured. I remember he was so upset. He like slammed his helmet down. And that's when
crybaby, big crybaby, no doubt.
And I think they were like 8-0 or 8-1 or again.
Who got to build? Who got to build it, man? My boy Dre in the building. What up, dog? Early SKOL VIKES. Here we go. Let's get it, man. Lamont in the building. Lamont Freeman in the building. What up, big dog? Yo, EJ, top of the AM. SKOL VIKES, baby. SKOL VIKES for sure. Let's get it. Here we go. Let's get it, man. Make sure you come in the chat. You like the chat up. Like, comment, and subscribe. Share this with any and everybody you know for sure. Support the grind. Support the channel, baby. Let's get it. No cap. My dog Northfierce in the building. He say, hey, what up, big dog? Heavy. Let's get it, man. SKOL VIKES. Here we go. Nick Wright is a total ass clown. He must have found that idea up somebody else's ass. You hear me, Norris? Hey, Norris coming in hot today, huh? Heavy. Not Superman and O'Connell offense, but Superman and Seahawks offense. Who yang you rain? Who yang you rain, motherfucker? There we go. Let's get it. I say, hey, let's get it, baby. We here, man. We here. Let's get it. We go.
And I don't remember completely, but that was just when everything was going. Then everything kind of became a mess rather quickly. That I do think Kyler deserves lots of blame for it, which is his personality as well, his mentality, his
big facts. Wanting to be a gamer but not game on the field. Corsten's in his mentality, Corsten's in his leadership, maturity, all that. Y'all love to talk about JJ McCarthy so damn immature. Well, guess what? You don't got to Corsten his leadership, his determination, where his heart is at, right? You don't have to question his competitiveness for the game, period. Murray, you do. Give a damn what you talking about. You can't assume nothing. He may be this. He may still be the same Murray. Yeah, the same Murray in a hurry. You're heavy. Calm this shit the way down, man. Early.
His approach. I'm not going to start talking about the video game playing this, that, and the third, but I do think he was a contributing factor as to why his relationship with Cliff Kingsbury didn't work. But that team was decimated with injuries throughout over the course of the next few years that then ultimately led Cliff Kingsbury to get fired. I mean, it was just such a mess. I mean, it was DeAndre Hopkins is getting suspended, like everyone's getting injured, and it just all completely collapses. Kyler's in and out of the lineup. Kyler then is, gets actually fully injured, misses obviously a whole bunch, and then comes back. And I think he ended up coming back. And at that point, Cliff Kingsbury is already gone. And now he's got Gannon, the defensive coach from the Eagles, as the head coach now. And he kind of comes in, I think, midway through this.
Okay, so we get it. We get it. Maybe hasn't been in the best situations as far as coaching goes, coaching staffs goes. Cool. We understand for sure. Shit, look at McCarthy right now. What the Vikings do right by him? But at the end of the day, that's not the question any longer. The question is now, for real, is who is Kyler Murray as a quarterback, as a competitor, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Period. Is he ready to play football for real, Holmes? No cap. Here we go.
Season, I think, is what ended up happening with Kyler for that. And then again, it was like at that point, now the Arizona Cardinals are just kind of a mess of a franchise. Questionable coaching, questionable situation, questionable roster, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But if we're just using kind of some of these prime years with Cliff Kingsbury and the Arizona Cardinals, when the roster was good enough, coaching was good enough that we could say, okay, this is a decent enough reference point of who Kyler Murray is. There's a few problems here to just use it as like, hey, we've seen Kyler in a good situation and we saw that it wasn't good enough for this or that. You're now talking about using a reference point of when Kyler was obviously young. And now I don't even mean from just a maturity standpoint, but just from a football understanding, from a football maturity level, right? From an understanding of just how to play great football, how to be a great quarterback.
What do you understand about it, my guy? What do you know about it, my dog? Heavy. Have you ever took a hut, blue for the two, hut, bing, you hear me? Have you ever played football, my dog? You understand? Huh? Do you really watch the games? Have you watched one Vikings game at that? Just a question out there, just a random question I want to throw out there early. Understand, bro? Heavy.
Back. He's now past that stage. It's like, okay. Combined now with the maturity of understanding of like, I could see Kyler totally going into the beginning of his career and looking at a Cliff Kingsbury and just being kind of like, I'm the guy, right? Like, I'm the guy, I'm the quarterback. Like, I'm here to carry you. You don't carry me. Like, he clearly lacked that level of maturity that maybe he doesn't have now, right? Maybe he has a better understanding. Certainly.
He doesn't know that. He's assuming that once again. He's assuming that at the end of the day, no one knows besides Kyler Murray and God, period. And the devil as well. Here we go. So at the end of the day, bro, stop the cap. Nobody knows which Kyler Murray the Vikings are getting. Period. I repeat, no one knows, not him, not no one. You can assume, you can think about it and wonder, of course. He can say everything, right? I don't give a damn. I think McCarthy gonna go out there and blow him out the water anyway, if it's a fair competition, period. But at the end of the day, if he can tweet, post, whatever, Instagram it out, whatever, he still gotta face that smoke, that fire, and we still gotta see who he is as a man in general.
A possibility. And so I guess it's just like you can't just use his peak production earlier on in his career as now the ultimate reference point of what you're going to be able to get. Now, on the flip side of that, some of his
Dre, so I'm at work on the grind. I dig it, dog. Get it in, bro. Respect it, man. Let's get it. Heavy, here we go.
His peak production was because of his athleticism and his uniqueness to the game. what people also need to understand about Kyler Murray is that Kyler Murray, and this is true with also Deshaun Watson, these were the quarterbacks that were essentially right before the massive Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson boom. Like, this was when those quarterbacks were still in a lot of ways like pretty unique, where you were just like, wow, dual threat. I mean, like, at this point, like, who even says, why do we even say dual threat quarterback? Like, everyone's technically a dual threat quarterback, but we obviously know it's a spectrum, right? We obviously know Brock Purdy's mobility is nowhere near on the level of Lamar Jackson's mobility. But the reality is that Mahomes, Josh Allen, Lamar specifically, those three quarterbacks essentially.
Probably should say athleticism there, not on the same level as athleticism early. Scramble in the pocket ability, not necessarily mobility. Here we go.
Really kind of hit the scene pretty much simultaneously. I know it's not exactly simultaneously, but for the most part, all simultaneously, and all really showed you what football looks like when you truly.
Oh, Norris big fast. He's not horrible, man. He's not he's not horrible at all, He's not horrible at all, but he don't know Vikings ball, and some things he doesn't know what he's speaking about as well. You understand? Maybe he doesn't know about O'Connell enough. That's what I'm saying, Because if he watched the games and understand what we understand as Vikings fans, really tuned in and zoned in and locked in, then he would know KLC didn't perform great in big time, big game moments as well. You hear me? No cap. You understand? Period. And he will understand we don't know which Murray we are getting once again. But no, definitely not horrible. Definitely not horrible, man. Shout out to him early. SKOL VIKES. Here we go. Daniel in the building. What up, big dog? SKOL VIKES. Let's get it. Yo, Daniel, KFire, KLC. Here we go, man. Here we go. Let's get it. Get back to it.
You have a quarterback who can do both, and not kind of a little bit of this, kind of not a little bit of that. Those quarterbacks were literally the best version of what a Michael Vick promised, for instance. But prior to them really solidifying of like, this is what this peak version of football looks like, you did have the Deshaun Watson, you did have Kyler Murray, you had the baby version of it with Russell Wilson, which again is still high level. It's nothing against those other players, but it's obviously not Mahomes. It's obviously not Josh. It's obviously not Lamar, etc. And so Kyler Murray was taking advantage of that, of just a lack of football understanding in terms of the NFL as a whole, of like, what do we do with these guys? Not only what do we do with them offensively, like I don't know what to do with the Kyler Murray, which is which actually kind of helps Kyler in that, or helps / hurts in terms of reputation.
Well, I mean, coaches should know what to do with them. If not, why the hell are you drafting him or trying to acquire him? I mean, I'm sure KLC, I sat back and said, hey, Wes, what could we do with this guy here? I mean, off rip what you can do with Kyler Murray. Get him out the pocket. First off, scramble him around, period. You understand? RPOs, all that, boom. You can utilize Kyler Murray in a lot of ways. Shit, get the run game going, and you definitely gonna hit their ass over their head top and make their head drop with that play action. So damn per. But if you know the game, like you love ball and care for ball, and you take your position seriously, you know exactly what you want to do with Kyler Murray. Shit, coaches ain't bringing in players just cause. They have ideas. They have ideas already, schemes already in play, right? Period. So I'm sure KLC has a certain way he's going to try to control or run Kyler Murray, or insert certain schemes in a package for him. Oh yeah, for sure, bitch. Yeah, that's what come with the territory, with the game. It's always a scouting report, right? Boom, we go. I don't care if he's a rookie, second-year player, 10th-year player, whatever. Boom. It's always a fucking scouting report on this man. Heavy. Here we go. Score Vikes.
Hurts his ability to be maximized, helps in terms of like, well, now coaches actually know what to do with these types of quarterbacks in a way that they maybe didn't even know how to do in 2015, 2014, 2013. But defenses also now understand how to exploit those types of quarterbacks in a way. And so that's the whole thing where it's just like, if you don't evolve as a quarterback, if you don't continue to get better and better, especially.
And see that right there. Let me break that down right there. We're talking about the whole competition battle between Murray and McCarthy. Well, we're talking about get better, improve, evolve. McCarthy isn't even close to reaching his ceiling yet. Now you got to ask yourself the question, who is Murray? And not only that, but has Kyler Murray hit his ceiling? You understand? Has Kyler Murray hit his damn ceiling, Holmes? Heavy. That's a real question to ask. How many years has he been in the league? More than 5, right? Boom. JJ McCarthy is only 23. You know for a fucking fact he's nowhere close to his ceiling. And he's giving you all pro throws, all pro elite throws already early in his career, year 1 in, playing in the physical form. And y'all want to talk to me about ceiling and credentials and ceiling and floor? It's really, it's a big chance that Murray has hit his floor all damn ready, Holmes, period. But you know for a fact McCarthy has so much growing to do. Learning the game still is slowing down for him. But development, bro. Come on now, stop the cap. You can break that down right there, period. Has Kyler Murray reached his damn ceiling? For real. Come on now. We want to compare the two straight up. Let's really break it down in a boogie downtown then, Holmes. No cap.
In a traditional sense of quarterback play, and not just relying on your dual threat nature and your escapability and your versatility in that regard, because you do eventually get exposed. And exposed is too strong of a word. It's just defenses just understand how to contain that aspect better in a way that they maybe didn't know how to do in 2017 or even 2018. I don't think it's necessarily a full shock that we're not seeing the same level of cartoonish performances or numbers out of Lamar, Josh, Mahomes, etc. Because again, we just understand collectively the Mike McDonald's of the NFL, the Vrabel.
Of course, bro. Adaptations, figure schemes out. That's why it's so tough. The NFL is so tough, you know. Adaptation, bro. Changes. Defenses learn how to shut an offense down. Shit, the whole NFL has figured out KOC, period. Obviously, for sure. Right? Boom. That's what happens. That's why you must adapt. You must be innovative and creative. He just said Mike McDonald from the Seahawks. Boom. What the fuck did he do? It took him 2 years. I repeat, only 2 years. He built the right team. His GM was great in drafting, in the drafting aspect area of it. And he was a great fucking coach. He brought in Sam Darnold, put him in great positions to win. Him and Clint Kubiak worked great as a dynamic duo for sure. You understand? But he adapted. He started to figure out these offenses. That's the name of the game, bro. Period. KOC hasn't adapted to shit. Every year, he's gotten worse and worse. Numbers declining. And y'all continue to crown him. Here we go, bro. Stop the damn cap. Stop the cap season for a reason. Here we go. Skol Vikes.
Of the NFL, they understand how to take care of these quarterbacks in a way that they maybe did not in 2018, 2019, etc. So that alone, that was a huge, Kyler Murray's peak, the maximal production that we saw, the thing that got you most excited, why he was the #1 overall pick, etc., was largely predicated on playing in a time when we just didn't really know what to do with these types of quarterbacks. It was just like, wow, my God, can you see what this he can run for 80 yards and throw for 300? It was like, oh my gosh. And I just think that that aspect of his game is going to be marginalized. It's going to be minimized because it's one, he's older. His athleticism is not what it once was. He is more beaten up, and your game has to evolve. The version.
So basically, can he be a pocket passer? Can Kyler Murray be a pocket passer? He just said he's banged up. Can he run the same? He may not be able to run the same. He's talking in circles as well. So another big question I ask you this, bozo head, you hear me? Jailhead, heavy. You understand? Heavy. Here we go. Is Kyler Murray, can Kyler Murray be a pocket passer? Because guess what? We know JJ McCarthy can be a pocket passer. Heavy. He proven that last year. So you're saying he may not be the same runner. He's saying he may not be as mobile, this and that, with age and time and getting beat up and banged up and bruised up over the years. Not to forget to mention, right? He's injury prone as well. You know what I'm saying? Real serious injuries as well. You understand? Like he's injury prone as well, dog. So that's the big another big question. Can Kyler Murray be a pocket passer? We don't know.
The MVP, was Lamar the MVP in 2019 or 20? I think it was 2019. Whatever his first MVP version.
I just don't see us winning a Super Bowl with Kyler Murray, period. It doesn't matter. The QB, it's a KFC all along. He got to go. Here we go, man. Here we go. Daniel in the building. Daniel in the building. And you know, people forget that right now. People forget that, dog, period. You know, people forget that, Holmes. Straight up. They really do, bro. Like they really forget that KOC, you know, that it's on KOC as well, right? You understand? That it's on KOC as well, period. Everybody thinks, oh, it's Murray is the answer. Murray is the answer. This and that. Come on, bro. When the whole league knows how you do your playbook and they caught on it, isn't going to work, just saying. And if he's going to change his offense to Kyler, why didn't he do it for JJM? There you go, Daniel. My point exactly. Real shit. Real shit though, bro. He doing all this extra work for Kyler Murray. Why the hell didn't he do it for McCarthy? Great question. Great question. It's all about saving that job because I guarantee you the moment Kyle goes off script and screws up, I can't wait for that KFC look. Here we go, man. Darnold was good with the Seahawks because they run the damn ball, took a load off Darnold, period. Big facts. Big facts. Been saying it the whole time. They run the ball. They manage Sam Darnold very well. I repeat, very well, for sure. Big facts, no cap. My dog say 7 in here, 4 likes. Come on, SKOL Nation. Come on, we gotta come on, bro. 11 in here, 12 in here now. Hey, get the likes up, bro. You come in the chat, like it up. Support the grind, support the channel, man. Heavy, why not? Takes less than 1 second, huh? For real. You support the fake already. Support the damn real. Here we go, Holmes. Early. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it, man. Here we go. Here we go. North say facts, Daniel. Here we go. Our O-line will be take notes. Left tackle Darrisaw, Fries, Blake Brandel, Jackson, O'Neal, period. Watch. Well, what you say, Daniel? Say it again, bro. Say it again. Here we go. I think Lamar might be on the decline. Big facts, no cap. Period. Heavy. Whoops, close your windows. What, man? Shout out, what's his name? Jakas. Shout out Jakas in the building early. What he on, dog? Yeah, okay. Allen invasion wasn't an answer, and that's what the and that was his handle. Allen Iverson invasion. What wasn't an answer? Oh man, come on, bro. AI Allen, Allen Iverson changed the game. Home, no cap. You know, the boy AI changed the game. Here we go. We go.
Of him, and especially when I think he ended up breaking Michael Vick's record and all of that. Like that version of Lamar Jackson would not work today. It would not be what puts the Ravens in the best possible position to succeed and win. It's just not. You see the evolution of Josh Allen's game. You see the evolution of Mahomes' game. You see the evolution of Lamar's game. It needs to evolve. You need to have a deeper, higher quality understanding of what it is to play quarterback. And I think Colin actually had a really great take about this. When he talked about like when you're younger, when you're a first year, second year quarterback, relying on your athleticism, relying on your speed and strength, agility, and all of that is totally fair game, and you can get away with it. But once you hit like year 2, year 3, year 4, it's not enough. It's just not enough. You reach that ceiling, or again, very quickly, your speed and agility start.
And that's the big question. Has Kyler Murray reached his ceiling? Is his speed and agility the same? Come on now.
Michael Vick came out and said this, that like his body took a beating. And it was like, yeah, like he absolutely admits like it catches up to you. And it catches up to especially a player who's like 5'9". And so it catches up to Mahomes. It's catching up to Allen. It's catching up to Lamar. It's catching up to all of them. So you better be able to evolve and grow at the other aspects of quarterback play. And
can Kyler Murray do that? I mean, everything he's saying is just giving more and more advantage to JJ McCarthy. You understand?
Fundamentally have not seen that out of Kyler. So just like how you can use the early aspects of his career as a barometer of who he was, you can also use that against him, or you can use that for him in terms of, well, hey, he was really young and this is what he did. Just wait until he actually gets developed. Or the opposite end of like, yeah, he was really good, but it was almost during like I don't want to say a dated version of the NFL, but it was a very specific moment in time that no longer exists, quite frankly. It's just no longer.
Everyone has adapted. Teams have adapted. Teams have changed, bro. Defenses are a lot better. Defensive minds are matching offensive minds, and it's a real battle. Who can be the most innovative? Who can be the most creative at the end of the day? That's what KOC hasn't done, period. Come on, bro. And y'all acting like Murray's the answer?
The same. And yeah, I just, when you look at the Mahomeses and the Allens and Lamars, when they really entered the NFL and were really at their peak and their absolute pure prime, their bodies were obviously in the absolute pure peak prime, right? Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson can rush for 100 yards and take an absolute beating, and a week later be like, I'm totally fine. It's all good. They don't really actually have that ability anymore as much. And again, ask Michael Vick. He's been very vocal about it. Not to mention, we see those players obviously more run down and legitimately all injured. But even just outside of that aspect of it all, we just know that style of play doesn't reliably lead them to win week after week after week. We know that. It opens up the door for some awesome moments, for insane games.
Opens up the door for a lot of mistakes, a lot of injuries as well. You understand?
Games and moments that I'll praise Josh Allen having, 6 total touchdowns, 3 passing, 3 rushing, and all of that. And it's exciting. It's insane. It's just awesome to watch and witness. But reliably, week after week after week, that ain't it. That ain't it. And we know that. We absolutely, positively know that. And this is coming from quarterbacks, the Lamars, the Allens, and the Mahomes, who know how to balance the whole dual threat nature of their game at the highest level. Like, that's actually what also makes those quarterbacks so special and so historically great. Not only do they do they have the great, if we looked at dual threat, if we cut it right down in the middle, and this is obviously not how it works, but let's just be super generic. You got run, you got pass. Those collection of those three quarterbacks, if we look at it like in a Madden level where you're 99 in run and 99 on pass or whatever, like those quarterbacks have clearly the highest levels on both sides that we've seen combined together, just in terms of raw talent, raw ability, in a way that, again, maybe some of these other previous quarterbacks of the past just simply do not have. So we've already seen that they just have the highest engine to get it done. But they're also really, over the years, have mastered the art of just understanding of how to do it and when to do it, how to bring this all together, how to keep it balanced. And they still make mistakes. Mahomes makes plenty of mistakes. Lamar makes plenty of mistakes.
And Lamar still take big hits. Josh Allen still takes big hits, all that. I mean, Patrick Mahomes just tore his ACL. Didn't he get hit on that one as well, Holmes? Heavy. No, they have definitely gotten better at it. But you just got to learn how to get out sometimes, bro. You know? Got to get out the way. Don't take no extra shots. Same with McCarthy. But basically what he's saying is, as a toll, it breaks your body down. You see these quarterbacks, their bodies breaking down, injured every year. Can't last a full season, never. Murray is the same way. So that's the big question about Murray. Can he give you 10 games? Can he give you 12 games? And is he the same player? That's the big question. Which Murray are you getting? And if he has lost a step, doesn't have the same speed, can he be a great pocket passer? That's yet to be known. We don't know that. The verdict is still out. So for people to sit here and crown him and act like he's the answer, he's not the answer, you don't know yet. So let's wait and see what type of quarterback he is, who he is as a quarterback, bro. As a man, as a leader, and all that. Shit. And he still got to beat out McCarthy. Come on now.
Allen makes plenty of mistakes. We see them all get their hand caught in the cookie jar plenty of times throughout the course of a season, multiple times throughout the course of a game. But their raw horsepower is so high that they have the ability to make up for it, that the other quarterbacks that are still dual threat by nature, whether it be a Jalen Hurts, whether it be a Kyler Murray, even like a Brock Purdy, they don't have that ability to not only make up for the moments that they got their hand caught in the cookie jar, and they just find themselves being imbalanced in a way.
Well, he might want to leave Jalen Hurts out of that equation. You understand? Probably want to leave Jalen Hurts out of there. If we're talking about adapting and, you know, staying focused or bouncing back when things go bad, I mean, we're talking about a Super Bowl winning quarterback who played a phenomenal game in the Super Bowl as well, Holmes, period. So he probably want to leave Jalen Hurts out of that convo or out of that bracket for sure, because we know who Jalen Hurts is as a quarterback for real. We go.
That does not give you the same quality of play that like a Josh Allen or Mahomes or Lamar can give you. And that's where we've seen you've seen the games where Kyler, you're just like, or let's think of another dual threatish quarterback who's clearly just not good enough. But I'm trying to think if there's a good example of a quarterback who can kind of use his legs, can kind of throw, but obviously has never become a legitimate bona fide top a Baker Mayfield. I don't want to use Baker, but Baker is an example of this to a degree. You can see like, you know, what the backup version of that looks like, a Spencer Rattler even. And again, a Spencer Rattler would theoretically be kind of more of like the worst case scenario. And I'm not saying that.
Yeah, we can't say Spencer Rattler, Holmes. He's a backup? I mean, is he relevant at all? You know, was he a rookie last year and all that?
Spencer Rattler or that Kyler Murray isn't as good as Spencer Rattler, but it's a
shit. We don't know if he is. Shit. That's the whole thing. People don't know which Kyler Murray they're getting. Again, we don't know how good or how bad he is. So that's why it's so funny that people automatically assume, right? Boom, we got Kyler Murray. We're going to win it all. Like you got real so-called experts, even players who have played the game, like that big biscuit head Damian Woody. He's talking about, oh, the Vikings are an NFC championship team now. How? Like how for real? Just with the acquisition of Murray? So what? What's up? Do we forget about the draft? Did we forget about development? Did we forget about coaching? Hell no, you can't. So all these questions about Murray, and they still want to crown the mound like hey, he's gonna beat JJ McCarthy out, no doubt. What? Take the what and leave the what. Here we go.
Clear example of like these quarterbacks who like they can kind of do a little bit of everything, but it's not quite at the level of obviously like a Lamar, Josh Allen, or Mahomes, but we see the flavors of it. We see that they can kind of do it, so it gives you this sense.
And if Kyler Murray is back to his 2020, 2021, 22, back on his bullshit for real, then yeah, he can give you that Lamar Jackson effect, that Josh Allen effect. Definitely. Once again, oh my gosh, an array of questions for Kyler Murray. So the fact that they continue to disrespect 9 and say this ain't even a real competition is crazy work. Here we go. SKOL VIKES.
See that Kyler can run and jump and throw and dance and this, that. So it gives you the feeling of like, this is a complete quarterback who can do it all, when in reality, it's like, it's the jack of all trades, master of none. It's just like, yeah, he definitely has his moments, like an AR, more recent example of that. Like you see.
Daniel, real shit. The media hypes up every quarterback that comes in here. Did it with Kirk, did it with Dobbs, and did it with almost all of them. Terrible takes. Oh, man. Daniel coming in hot. Here we go. And you exactly right, bro. What was they saying about Kirk Cousins, Holmes? Oh, Kirk Cousins, he's going to take you there. They wanted to get rid of Case Keenum so damn bad when Case Keenum could have given you 2 more real good years, and you could have built around Case Keenum and built your roster with the money you had. But instead, they want to go get punk-ass Kirk Cousins and sit back and wonder why Mike Zimmer wasn't fucking with him, why Mike Zimmer wasn't happy, why he became even more toxic as well. Shit, because no shit, Sherlock. Wouldn't you be mad? You know? Now I understand he handled it the wrong way, of course. But at the end of the day, bro, that was a piss poor decision, heavy. But you're absolutely right, Daniel. Every quarterback, whoever they bring in, Holmes, early. Oh, man. He's the guy. He's the one. Only quarterback that maybe they didn't do that with is probably Sam Darnold. You know, it wasn't too much hyping up Sam Darnold. You know, everybody thought JJ McCarthy was the guy. Sam Darnold was the backup, you know, period. Now, some people, of course, I even said it, hey, if Sam Darnold can work with KOC when we was all locked in with KOC being a true whisperer and all that heavy, you know what I mean? Oh, yeah. When everybody was caught up in the hype, oh, KOC can change Sam. Look what he did with Kirk. Look what he did with this and that. You understand? But everybody thought JJ McCarthy was the one. Then the injury went down, so on and so forth. History is history. Here we go.
Some moments with AR, especially before he kind of really fell off a cliff with his injury and before the Colts just said, we don't want you anymore, essentially. Like, you saw moments when you're just like, this guy can do some pretty spectacular stuff, but it's not complete. Like, it's not all there. And so I just think ultimately that's the problem you run in with Kyler. But the most defensible argument as to why you think Kyler will be legit is you look at over the course of his career and just even look at what they gave you, 38 and 48, 92.2 passer rating. When you look at previous seasons, like 22, 23, 24 and whatnot, and even 25, like when you look at some of his numbers, when you look at his touchdown to interception ratio, when you look at his PFF rating and his passer rating and all of this, you're like, this team has been a mess. He hasn't had great weapons. Sometimes he has great weapons. Sometimes they're hurt. Sometimes he's healthy. Sometimes he's hurt, you know, blah, 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 blah. And yet he's done okay. Give him Kevin O'Connell, give him Justin Jefferson, give him a better team, and it's going to be elevated. it's going to be elevated. He's going to be at least a quarterback. If he was shown to be the 20th quarterback over the last few years with the Arizona Cardinals in a bit of a mess of a team and whatnot, give him the Minnesota Vikings, give him Kevin O'Connell. He has to be at least top 50. He has to elevate at least a few spots, unless you're just saying that the Minnesota Vikings and Kevin O'Connell are not even close to being better than the Arizona Cardinals, which that's obviously not true. So therefore, he has to be at least become a top 15 quarterback and maybe even more. And if that's the case, we're kind of living in an NFL world now where like top 15, I mean, like when you start to look at the top of the top and what would 15 actually involve, that involves Sam Darnold's, Baker Mayfield's, Dak Prescott's, Brock Purdy's, Lamar Jackson's, Jalen Hurts. Like it involves all the quarterbacks that we've seen consistently win a lot of games, some winning Super Bowls, some consistently getting to the playoffs. Like it's not like it's this boom or bust where it's like you need a top 10 quarterback. That's how you win a Super Bowl, or that's how you are legitimately competitive. And if you don't, you're now the New Orleans Saints who can't even get to the playoffs, or the Carolina Panthers who obviously they just got to the playoffs with Bryce Young, but before that couldn't even get to the playoffs. The Chicago Bears who obviously before Caleb Williams couldn't even get to the playoffs. Cleveland Browns, right? Like where it's like you're either something or you're absolutely nothing. We know that's not the NFL world that we currently live in. So it does create a messy picture, which is why the Minnesota Vikings doing this does make absolute sense. They're paying no money for this, and he absolutely can be their long-term fix. If he can just prove to be competent enough, then he will supersede some of these other potential quarterbacks, especially if JJ McCarthy proves to fundamentally be just not good enough at the quarterback position. So even the selling point of saying, hey, we could see you as a long-term answer, it all does logically make sense. Whether it actually will be the case, that really actually is at this point a question mark. I lean towards no, but I do appreciate Brew. You don't really hear them say this often where he's just like, I don't know. I'm the one that's been advocating for saying like, it's okay to say, I don't know. Let's just wait and see. And I do think all the things that I mapped out, and I know it's messy. If you're confused, it makes sense because it is kind of confusing to try to make sense of some of this type of stuff. I think it's a fascinating prospect. I'm genuinely rooting for Kyler and the Minnesota Vikings.
See, he's that type guy as well. You know, deep down, he really wants to see Kyler win the battle. He wants to see Kyler be the QB1. He assumes that it will be Kyler Murray, period. You understand? He can sit up there and say this and say that about McCarthy, whatever he want to say, but deep down, he's rooting for Kyler as well. He thinks Kyler Murray will be QB1 when it's all said and done. Of course. Listen to how he phrased it. Oh, I'm really rooting for Kyler Murray and the Minnesota Vikings. Right? Come on, bro. So just more disrespect towards McCarthy in general. We go.
But I err on this essentially looking like a sloppier version of Baker Mayfield and the Bucks. I think that's essentially what I see it as, or like maybe like sloppy might not be the best word, but essentially like a little bit more of an inconsistent version of Baker and the Bucks, where you definitely have some moments. You definitely even get fooled a few times. You're like, all right. Like I remember everybody was like, oh, you know, Baker's as good as Josh Allen. He's better. He's a top quarterback. And then Dan Orlovsky said it where he's like, what do the Bucks need to do? Stop treating Baker Mayfield like.
Who said that? Who said that crazy dumb shit? Baker Mayfield better than Allen. What? Take the what and leave the what. Come on now, bro. Stop the cap.
He's Josh Allen, because he's not. And that's exactly right. Even though you've seen some games where it feels like, oh, Baker put this team on his back, this, that. It's like, you're not Josh Allen. That's not who you are. No matter how much you pretend, no matter how.
Broski Bear in the building. My dog Broski Bear in the building. What up, Holmes? Heavy. Here we go. SKOL VIKES. Until I hear a QB praise KOC, he will be a bottom feeder. Here we go. Oh man, here we go.
How much you think you are, no matter how much you bark and you think you can bite, you're not. And that is a problem that a Kyler Murray does have to a degree. And I think Colin had one of his best takes about Baker. And this is nothing to do about Baker. Baker is just a placeholder. But he would say about Baker that he thinks he's better than he is. He thinks he can do more than he can. And that is actually a really valid statement about some of these players, is that one of the most important skill sets you can have as an athlete and really just a human being is actually deeply understanding your strengths and your weaknesses, actually understanding what you can and can't do, especially at the quarterback position. There is a moment when you are faced with, what do I do here? What type of throw?
And can Kyler Murray realize that? Does Kyler Murray know that? Right? Or will KOC show him that as well, or show him that even more? Big question. Here we go. So everything he said, everything everyone is pretty much damn near saying, right? No one knows yet. But Nick Wright hit it on the head with a hammer for sure. I've been saying it forever. Shit, I've been saying that forever. How you gonna crown Murray? You know nothing about the man. Just like they calling him K1. The man ain't took one snap in Minnesota, period.
Can I get away with? Can I escape out of the pocket? Like, what do I do in this moment? And if you don't have a deep understanding of what you genuinely can or can't do, that's how you find yourself in mistakes. That you see a quarterback where sometimes they make a throw and it's a terrible throw and it's an interception. You're like, what were you thinking? It's like they were thinking they could make that throw. I saw Carson Wentz do it with the Minnesota Vikings where I'm like, Carson, what are you doing? And I'm thinking to myself, he thinks that he can still make that throw, that he can make that play. That is a failure of his understanding of what he can and can't do. If he had a better understanding of what he can't do, he would be a better.
So with that being said, right, boom, who is it? The coach, the so-called alleged QB whisperer, Kevin O'Connell, to make a player understand what he can and can't do, right? In certain situations, what he can and can't do. Doesn't some of that fall on the head coach as well? If we're talking about development and the player knowing himself and development and player coach relationships, well, shit, hell, that falls on the laps of who? The developer, heavy, the coach or the position coach, heavy. You know what I mean? Early. Oh, yeah, bitch, yeah. Come on now. So are we just going to throw it all on the quarterback too?
Better quarterback and more successful, even just specifically with the Minnesota Vikings and Kevin O'Connell. And it's like that matters. And that's how some of these other quarterbacks are able to survive for so long. Aaron Rodgers, I saw him get called a couple times, which is normal. But, Kirk Cousins, like even Phillip Rivers, like they have a better understanding of what they can't do than an up-and-coming potential quarterback in like a Spencer Rattler who clearly has no idea what he can't do, because you see him keep making plays where you're just like, you can't make that play. I don't know why you think you can, but you simply cannot. If you actually just stop trying to do that.
And see, that's when KOC loves to say players playing with a calm, quiet mind. That's where KOC steps in for sure. Now I understand sometimes it's about ego as well. Players not wanting to understand what they can and can't do. Probably doing too much at times. But that's where your developer comes in once again. Says, hey, bro, no, you can't do that. You should do this. Because you keep trying to do it this way, you're going to fail. You're going to throw an interception. You're going to throw a pick, etc. You're going to make a dumb mistake, etc. But so once again, bro, even the whole McCarthy situation, if you want to break it down to certain things like his footwork and his mechanics or lack of technique, that says a lot about your head coach and your QB room and your QB coaching room. Josh McCown, KOC, boom, etc. Or the lack of effort that is clearly not being put in. Early. Because when Kirk Cousins came in the building, what KOC do? Hop right on it. Started zoning right in with Kirk. Sam Darnold came in the building, he did the same thing. even Josh Dobbs, period, Jaron Hall, all of them. How come JJ McCarthy has gotten the worst treatment? But it goes back again. They saying rumor, speculations, news is KOC didn't want McCarthy. You know, he was overruled, period. Now, is that true? If that's the case and that is true, then you may understand why he's acting the way he did. But then if you want to point out that, he's no different from a Mike Dam Zimmer as far as his negativity and toxicity goes. Because Mike Zimmer didn't like Kirk, he didn't want Kirk. And instead of still working with Kirk and helping, trying to make Kirk better and building a certain relationship with him, what he do? Mike Zimmer just turned his head, shut it down. He didn't want no parts of Kirk Cousins, bro. Boom. And you understand why definitely now, but he went about it the wrong way. You still got to put time in with your quarterback, build confidence in your quarterback. Let your quarterback know, hey, I'm with you. So KOC ain't no different. He just a different a different person, a different human being with a different face, a smiling face. Yeah, he's a glib speaker. Yeah, you understand? So he can fool the people real easily. I mean, shit. We know what it is. We know what it ain't. Period. But JJ McCarthy has got the worst treatment out of all quarterbacks.
You would legitimately be a better quarterback. And when I see some of these other quarterbacks like the Kyler Murrays of the world, I see them struggle to do that. And that completely coincides and overlaps with the issues that we've seen out of Kyler over the years and just his belief in himself and what he can do and all this type of stuff. It all maps on and makes complete sense. Whether you can mature and grow out of that, that is a gigantic question mark. And it has nothing to do with he just needs to study more and he needs to not play, Call of Duty or whatever. It's just like that is connected, but also a different thing entirely. So hopefully that all made sense.
No, what it is, he needs to work on his craft. And it's all connected. The fuck you mean? Put the game down and focus on the game on the field, bro. Period. Heavy. You know what I mean? Early. You want to play the game cool, but don't forget about the football game, Jack. You jive, turkey, punk, chump. So it's all connected as one. Don't know what the hell he talking about around here, but it's all connected as one. You hear me? Heavy. It's a domino effect. Does ball matter to him or not? Is he a leader or not? Yeah. Shit.
I was excited to have this conversation. So we did it. But those are just my thoughts. I absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think about the Minnesota Vikings? Kyler Murray, do you think he could be the long-term fix?
I think it's Cap. I think McCarthy can be the long-term fix. You hear me, Jack? Straight up. Period. How about them apples? How about that? Yeah, I think McCarthy can be the long-term fix. Shit, KOC up there capping and yapping. Get your ass up out of here, dog. Nah, shout out respect to him, though, and all that. But he said some good things. Everything wasn't bad that he was saying. Definitely made some sense about certain areas. But at the end of the day, bro, it's a real battle. Yeah. We don't know who Murray is, which quarterback we are getting. So comment way the hell down. And if we're talking about ceiling, probably the biggest question out of this whole so-called breakdown here is, has Murray reached his ceiling? And guess what? We know for a fact McCarthy hasn't reached his ceiling at all. Here we go, man. SKOL VIKES. For sure. Here we go. Understand me early. Sure, let's get it, baby. Let's get it, man. And that's pretty much for this first segment of it. You understand? And we're gonna slide into some Mark Wolf and Ziggy news. I mean, shit, who will be the Vikings' new GM? Who will be the next GM? You understand? That is a big question right there as well. You understand me early. Who will be the Vikings' next GM and all that? So damn per. Here we go. Say, let's do a test, EJ. Bring up all the QBs, then let's place Kyler Murray, and you'll see what I see. Kyler Murray is 20th on that list. Well, damn. Well, damn, Daniel. Man. What's going to happen when we see Kyler Murray under center? How would that look? I've got to guess it'll be a rollout. Laugh my ass off. So you saying it's predictable, huh, Daniel? You saying they're gonna be predictable, baby? Oh man, here we go. Facts. They doing McCarthy dirty. Big facts, no cap, bro. For real. We gonna see what's up though. You're McCarthy knows the playbook, and Murray will not only have to learn the playbook, but bottom line, he'll have to outperform McCarthy. There you go, broski, for sure. Straight up, dog. Hey, people keep forgetting McCarthy been there before. This ain't nothing new to him. This man has been studying the playbook for 3 years. You understand? Heavy. Now you give him a full year, a full off season, healthy, and all that. Learning the playbook even more, understanding the scheme, right? Even more, building more chemistry with his receivers and all that, period. You know, that's why I've been saying McCarthy has the advantage, definitely. And if it's a fair competition, I think McCarthy will win. But you got to understand, Holmes. Shout out my dog Broski Bear in the building for sure. That's damn right for damn sure. McCarthy knows the playbook already, you know? Yeah, he's earned the players' trust already. He's a leader already, heavy. Understand? Period. Not like that I like Kirk Cousins, but he said KFC's playbook is so complex to learn, and he was still learning it. So what's Kyler going to do with it? Y'all be so retarded. Yeah, KOC, sometimes KOC tries to do things to make things too complex. I.e., prime example, when he simplified things for McCarthy late in the season, and you saw how McCarthy performed, and then gradually he sped things up, added more schemes and plays in. But you give your quarterback time, right? You let your quarterback develop and all that. Let the game slow down for him, correct? Yeah. But see, KOC, he's so stuck in his ego, he's so desperate for a win, right? He would do anything to reach that goal. Instead of really sit back, boom, and take the time to work with his quarterback, cater to his quarterback and his offense as well. You know, put the real time and effort in, hold his coaching staff accountable as well to put these players in the best positions to win, period. You understand? Heavy. He will do what he has to do to revamp his whole playbook and his whole play calling style. Because believe it or not, want to admit it or not, it seems like the NFL has figured KOC out. Oh, yeah. It feels like the NFL has figured KOC out as a whole, as far as his play calling to his schemes, all that. So let's see if KOC can be innovative for once, creative for once, or will he come back with the same old piss poor bullshit? You understand? The same old piss poor bullshit. Heavy. That's the big question for real. I lie to you not. For real. Here we go. Dell in the building. Dell in the building. What up, big dog? Let's get it. SKOL VIKES. He say, Happy Easter, motherfuckers. God bless. Appreciate you, Dell. No cap, home. You as well, Holmes. You as well. Here we go. We go. My fear is that we will see JJM doing better in the preseason than Kyler, but dumb KFC will still choose Kyler. Why he tied his job to him? KFC is over egotistical, that he can't see it isn't working. Oh man, oh man. Hey, Daniel been coming in hot all day. That boy Daniel got the hot hand today for sure, for real. Here we go. Where the sirens at homes around this bitch. Heavy. SKOL VIKES. That boy Daniel coming in hot on the spot, like at a now. Hell yeah, bitch, yeah. Here we go. Real talk, bro. Here we go. Yes, yeah, so that's the first segment, and we're gonna dive into some Mark Wolf and Ziggy news and all that, bro, for sure. The big question: who will be Minnesota Vikings next GM? That is a real question. Who will be the next GM? Period. So Mark and Wolf Ziggy had some things to say, so I'm gonna dive in on that topic. Give me 1 second. Norse say got a pig in the oven. Damn, Norse, you frying a whole pig? Well, damn. Hold on now, Norse. Chill out. Don't burn the motherfucking house down, Jack. Yeah, my dog. Don't burn the motherfucking house down, Norse. Come on now. uh, here we go, homie. Heavy. He said he got a whole pig in that bitch. Damn. Here we go. Give me 1 second, man. Here we go. Broski Bear say, I think that's part of Matt LaFleur's problem as well. Teams have figured out his playbook and game plans. There you go, bro. There you go for sure. I mean, shit, that's part of it, right, broski? That's the NFL. That's the NFL way. You must adapt. You must evolve. You know, certain things that worked 5 years ago, shit, even 2 years ago, don't work now. Motherfuckers figure you out. Yeah, Matt LaFleur, prime example. I mean, shit, even in game, right, broski bear? You saw it in the playoffs. The Packers started off hot, started off fast as fuck. Everybody thought they was finna blow y'all ass out the water. Then boom, what happened? Adjustments, second half adjustments, period. The Chicago Bears shut that weak ass Packer offense down. But LaFleur came out trying to do the same shit. He wasn't innovative, baby. He wasn't creative. It's not one half of football. Guess what, broski bear? It's two halves of fucking football. And the Bears came out there and won the second half. Oh yeah, bitch, yeah. Y'all damn near did it versus the Rams in the fourth quarter. So one big play can change the whole game, and it's a domino effect, whether it be positive or negative as well. You hear me? Heavy. But you have to be innovative and creative, you know? The Bears figured that offense out quickly and swiftly. Boom. 4 quarters of football, baby, for real. And guess what? Matt LaFleur couldn't adapt. He couldn't change his game plan. He thought he could come out there second half and do the same shit. It didn't work. Who does that as well? KOC. Oh, they look real good on script. Everything's going smooth. Oh, KOC could look like one of the best in the game. But when it gets tough and you lean on that second half and you need points, Holmes, heavy, and you got to create something on the fly or change some shit on the fly, huh? KLC can't fucking do it. Hasn't done it yet. Period. You understand? Mike McDonald from the Seahawks, the head coach of the Seahawks, he's a motherfucking defensive mastermind, master guy, defensive type brain, but he was able to adapt, right? Make adjustments, the necessary adjustment, Holmes, heavy. Even with Clint Kubiak and his play calling, right? Boom. Even when he had to get more aggressive per se and make Sam Darnold throw the ball even more, he still did it a certain way, right? No cap. You know, he did it a certain way. He didn't go crazy with certain play calls. He didn't try to do too much. He still kept Sam Darnold comfortable, and he still incorporated the run at the same time. You understand? Heavy. When he needed to draw something up that was different, catch the defense off guard, do something new, he did that. That's coaching, bro. That's a great fucking mastermind and all that. Not KOC punk ass. Coach of the Year award and all that. Where the whole NFL has figured him out. Right? Boom. And he don't want to take the time to develop his young quarterback. That's piss poor bullshit. For real. Understand? Teams have figured him out. We talk about the bottom line. The fucking NFL has figured out KOC to a T. You know, early. Told y'all he wasn't calling plays with McVay. And like I've been saying, bro, the McVay tree looking real suspect. Yeah, it's looking real suspect, no damn cap. Understand? Heavy. I don't care what nobody talking about, Holmes. The McVay tree looking real bad. Straight up. No cap. Let's get it. Here we go. Here we go. SKOL VIKES. Here's how our GM plays out. They will give him to Rob Brzezinski the job just next year, so he has a clean slate to take away from everyone. Knows that Rob Brzezinski drafted Christian Ponder and that KFC. How do you know Rob Brzezinski drafted Christian Ponder, Daniel? Heavy. How do you know that for sure? Here we go. Dre say Broski Bear in the building. Here we go. Let's get it, man. Heavy. Here we go. Who's signing up for the KFC Haters Club? Here we go. Heavy. Oh, man, here we go. Yes, I'm going to go ahead and dive into the next segment and all that. Give me 1 second. You hear me? Purr, so damn purr. Here we go, though. 1 second. Yeah. Make sure you come in the chat, like it up, fire them comments up for sure. Once again, share this with any and everybody you know, period. Support the channel, support the grind. Takes less than 1 second. Why not? You understand? Heavy. Here we go. Here we go, baby. Here we go. Here we go. So as we know, who will be the next Vikings GM? What is the next move, et cetera, et cetera. So let's just dive into it. Vikings GM search just got more stressful with this new development. Back in January, when the Minnesota Vikings fired Kwesi Adolpho-Mensah as their general manager after 4 years, one of the first people to be brought up as a possible replacement was current Denver Broncos general manager George Paton. Prior to getting hired by the Broncos in 2021, Paton spent the previous 14 years as a member of Minnesota's front office. Wow. Including 9 as the team's assistant general manager. Here we go. Given his familiarity with the Vikings and how they like to run things, most felt like he would be a great fit to replace Adolpho-Mensah. There's just one problem. The Broncos aren't about to just let him walk out the door. Here we go. This was confirmed recently when ESPN's Kevin Seifert shared that there has been nothing this offseason to indicate that Denver is looking to move on from Paton. There are no indications that Paton is on his way out in Denver or wants to leave. ESPN senior national NFL reporter Jeremy Fowler reported that Paton appears set to return, and Broncos coach Sean Payton has expressed hope that Paton will sign a contract extension. Wow, here we go. Here we go. No sign George Paton will leave Denver Broncos to rejoin Minnesota Vikings. Other than Paton, current Minnesota Executive Vice President of Football Operations, Rob Brzezinski, is really the only other person who has been mentioned as a believable replacement for Adolpho-Mensah. And could it be that the Wolves may wait to see how this draft pans out, right? How the draft turns out and all that? You know, could the Wolves be waiting to see how Rob Brzezinski performs in this draft? They talked about in the presser what Markey said. Markey said, what, Holmes? Heavy. What he said, oh, we want to feel comfortable in our leadership. So will they feel comfortable with Rob Brzezinski at the helms? So it may just be simply that they're waiting to see how he performs with this NFL draft. But a lot is on the line for sure. Here we go. Here we go. Right now, Brzezinski is essentially the acting general manager for the Vikings until the conclusion of the 26th NFL draft later this month. After that, it's anyone's guess about what Minnesota has planned for finding a more permanent solution as the team's general manager. Here we go. In addition to the information on Paton, Seifert also shared an update about what path it seems like the Vikings will follow to figure out who will be Adolfo Mensah's replacement. Vikings owner Mark Wilf laid out a process that would cast a wide net, including hiring a third party to help cull the list of candidates. Here we go. A small group of existing staffers will assist in the process that is expected to include Kevin O'Connell, who has a strong relationship with Brzezinski, as well as Chief Operating Officer Andrew Miller, who led the committee that hired Adolfo Mensah. We go. Wolf said the process would be ownership driven, but the degree to which O'Connell or Miller play a leading role could well tip the scales in the Wolf's final decision. And can you believe anything the Wolf say, Holmes? For real? You hear me? Heavy. Here we go. Brzezinski has been with Minnesota since 1999, and the majority of his tenure has been spent as the team's contract and salary cap expert. Is he interested in taking on a position like general manager that could lead to his departure from the Vikings sooner than expected? Here we go. Very interesting. Here we go. There's something Brzezinski has to figure out if Minnesota offers him the opportunity. At the same time, since he's been with the Vikings so long, it could be something where he's able to work out a deal that will allow him to still remain with the organization in some capacity, if any attempt at being Minnesota's general manager doesn't go well. And boom, that's where the contract talk comes in and all that. And he's been there, what, 30 plus years damn near? Oh, yeah, I'm sure they will work something out. Oh, yeah, for sure. Here we go. For now, Brzezinski and the rest of the Vikings front office has an NFL draft at the end of the month to focus on. After that, everyone will have plenty of time to figure out who will eventually emerge as Minnesota's next general manager. Here we go, bro. That's it for sure. Oh, yeah. But let me know in the chat, bro. Let me know in the chat, Holmes. Who do you feel will be the GM? Heavy. Huh? Let's get it, man. Huh? Here we go. Minnesota needs to go back to a balanced offense or a little more run heavy, create the play action, pass game easier, and pass game more explosive than just maybe the deep ball would be catchable. Well, Lamont, you know, bro, we know for a fact, Holmes, the run game opens up the pass game, right? Boom. I repeat heavy, the run game opens up the pass game. No cap. Stand. Let's get the Eagles GM, trade him, KFC, LOL. Oh, man, that boy Daniel. Wow, here we go. Our problem is this collaboration BS. What about it, Daniel? What about it, Holmes? Expound, expound. Because right now, so far, this year, this off season, so far, right, Daniel? I think the collaboration is doing very well. Oh yeah, I like the free agency moves they have made. Now, once again, we got to see how it all turns out. But the addition of James Pierre, the addition of Van der Mark, I feel like your team has gotten better. Now, you still must win the damn draft, but as far as this free agency goes, they haven't overspent. And I think they bring in some solid players, period. James Pierre, I expect him to take Isaiah Rodgers' spot quickly and swiftly early. Understand? Heavy. You know, I feel like Isaiah Rodgers would definitely be a backup, a solid backup at that, but may the best man win. You know, just how I feel about it right there around yonder. We go. That boy Dre say, happy holidays, Vikings, purple people eaters. He taking it back in a day, man. He taking it back way in a day. Here we go. No cap. Purple people eaters was no damn joke for sure. Let's get it. Score vibes. Heavy. Lamont say facts. Heavy. Here we go. Already said it. It's Rob Brzezinski to have a clean slate next year. It's all on KFC and his bum ass. His job is on the line. Once again, Daniel, how do we know his job is on the line, right? Now, we presume his job is on the line, but how do we know for sure? with all the leeway he has gotten, right? All the room for error he has gotten. How the hell do we know, Jack, that his job is on the line, that he is on a hot seat? I repeat, how do you know he is on a hot seat, homie? Heavy. SKOL VIKES. Here we go. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Let's get it. Here we go, man. SKOL VIKES. Now we're going to hop into this next segment right quick. You understand me? Early. We're going to talk about the J.J. McCarthy and Murray battle, you know, who has the advantage in the battle. We got some more news coming out about the battle as well. Oh, before that, no, hold on. We got one more Wilf topic to speak on. Huh? I'm not sure if some of you heard about the so-called spending freeze, the Vikings spending freeze, and all that heavy. Numerous rumors and speculations were that the Wilfs ordered that spending freeze. And then we're going to dive into it and see just what truth is in that as well. You understand? Let's see what's up, bro. Here we go. You know, and it's a lot of questions about the Wilfs. You understand? A lot of questions about the damn Wilfs, man. No cap, for real. Let's get into it. Mm-hmm. 1 second. Report. Wilfs did not order Viking spending freeze. Here we go. After years of spending whatever it took to build a competitive Minnesota Vikings roster, it became painfully clear to agents and rival NFL teams last month at the NFL Draft Combine that the days of free spending and bottomless cash accounts at TCO Performance Center were over, at least for one off season. You hear me? Period. Here we go. Minnesota featured signing of the offseason, QB Kyler Murray, cost a whopping $1.3 million. And beyond their new QB, acting GM Rob Brzezinski has moved slowly and intentionally, signing just 2 outside UFA cornerbacks, James Pierre and Johnny Hecker, along with RFA offensive tackle Ryan Vandermark. And like I say, smart spending, what the Vikings have been doing for sure. Here we go. Minnesota Vikings on a money-saving mission this offseason. How frugal have the Minnesota Vikings been compared to the other 31 NFL teams? In total dollars, they've spent the absolute least, coming in at 46.6 million, about 6.5 million less than the NFC North rival Detroit. Well, damn, which has spent the second least this offseason. Here we go. What's this? As you can see from the Spotrac table above, the Minnesota Vikings spent more this offseason on the contract extension for Eric Wilson, 2-year, $22.5 million. You sit there and question that as well. Now you love to see Eric Wilson remain a Viking and all that for sure. You know, he earned that contract, but 2 years, 22.5 M's. You have to ask the question, is he overpaid? Is he slightly overpaid? Period. And can he produce the same way he did last year? Another year, more wear and tear on the body and all that. But we're going to see for sure. But definitely excited about Eric Wilson's return. The way he plays under Flores is spectacular. Here we go. Than they have for all 6 of their unrestricted free agent signings combined. Compare those numbers to last offseason when the Vikings landed on the other side of the spending table under Kwesi 1 year ago. Minnesota spent $270 million on free agents, $124 million on extensions for a whopping $394.2 million in total. I mean, damn, Kwesi, what the fuck you got going on around now? You just spending homes heavy. Come on, man, stop the cap. Here we go. But in actual reality, though, as far as free agency goes, some of the acquisitions, Kwesi has left Minnesota in a great spot. You know, some of those free agents he got still at a young age in their prime. The Van Ginkels, the Blake Cashmans, right? Heavy. The Byron Murphys, boom. Even though we need more from him next year. The Jonathan Grenards, boom. So he brung in some free agents you could build around. So shout out to Kwesi for that. Here we go, man. That's nearly 350 million more spent in the same categories in 2025 versus 2026. In total, the Minnesota Vikings spent the seventh most of any team in the NFL last offseason, mostly driven by that gaudy 270 million in free agency signings. Here we go. Wilfs didn't order Minnesota Vikings spending freeze, huh? Oh yeah, bitch, yeah. Naturally, when word got out that the Vikings off-season spending sprees were over, fans and media assumed it was the Wilf ownership that ordered the freeze. Wow. At the end of the day, it was their money that was set on fire last spring, after all. But on Thursday morning, Kevin Seifert, ESPN, is reporting the contrary. While he didn't get into specifics about who decided to clean up the organization's financial books this offseason, the longtime NFL insider and current Minnesota Vikings beat reporter writes that it was not Ziggy or Mark Wilf. I mean, damn, then, bruh, who ordered that bitch round yonder? Heavy, no cap. You know, who the hell stopped it then? For sure. This was a bit surprising to read. It was so easy to assume it was the Wilfs trying to save their own money. And when you look back at how poorly their vast 2025 free agency dollars were spent, who could blame them? Of course, I'm sure they didn't have a lot of arguments for Rob Brzezinski when he came to them with a much tighter budget for 2026 free agents. While Seifert doesn't mention the Minnesota Vikings salary cap saving by name, there's really only a handful of executives in Egan who could trigger a spending freeze like what we've seen this season. Very interesting, Holmes. Heavy. It had to be Rob Brzezinski, right? Here we go. And given Rob is the organization's money manager when it comes to player contracts, it makes a lot of sense that he'd be the guy trying to clean things up either for himself, should he ultimately have the interim tag removed from his GM title for the Minnesota Vikings' next general manager. Don't mistake their careful spending the past couple months for an unwillingness to spend at all the rest of this offseason. In his chat with Seifert, Brzezinski noted that the Vikings remain flexible and open to other opportunities between now and September, should they present themselves. Here we go, heavy. So very interesting, man. We talk about who has the pull, right? Boom. Yeah. Oh yeah. You know, who has the pull, who's really calling the shots and all that. Or the Wilfs, did the Wilfs give Rob Brzezinski a certain amount of power, right? Boom. Now, how the hell could he call off a spending freeze or call on a spending freeze, baby, and all that? You know, so the Wilfs are they starting to rely on or trust their GM, their coaches more? Yeah. Do they realize they may have been fucking up last season? You understand? Oh, yeah. But you got to shout out to Brzezinski, like I say, not overspending in free agency, making moves that make a lot of sense as well, as far as money spending goes and money saving and all that. We gonna see, bro. We really gonna see, bro, for sure. For sure. Here we go. Tunes. Do you like tune shows? Here we go. The Wilfs only care about getting to the dance and believe we're going to some Eli situation not going to happen with KFC. Do the Wolves care about getting to the dance, Daniel? Right? You know, that's a colossal question right there as well, Holmes. Heavy. Do they even care about getting to the dance? Period. Or is it all about putting ass in the seats, drinks in their hands, hot dogs and shit in the stands? Period, dog. No cap. Some may say the Wolves don't care about a Super Bowl at all. You understand? They're cool with being first round exits every season as long as what? Jerseys are selling, food is selling, liquor is spreading and selling, and it's asses in the seats, bringing that real heat. They don't care if they what? Win 5 games, they're a playoff team or nothing. You understand? Heavy. Here we go. Does KFC lose his job with another non-playoffs appearance? SKOL Nation comments below. Shit, he should. He literally should. How the hell the man go 5 years and he don't make the playoffs in his 5th year? He didn't make the playoffs in his 4th year? What the fuck are we doing here for real? We gonna waste time and continue to waste time? Hell no, bro. You damn right, Daniel. No playoff appearance, get him out of here. Fuck that. No playoff win, get him out of here early. No way around it for sure. Kamala in the building. Kamala in the building. Let's get it. You hear me? Heavy. SKOL vibes. Here we go. Needed another Williams wall for years now. Wow. Wow. Real talk, Kamala. Real talk. Let's get it. Kamala coming in hot on the spot. Here we go. But the Vikes don't know how to develop players. Oh, man. Oh, man. Now, I'm not going to say they don't know how to develop players. You know, certain position coaches may be in question. You saw they got rid of Chris Cooper. You understand? Period. But as far as the defense goes, at least, maybe it's really just bad drafts. You understand me? Period. You can sit here and tell me that the defensive side of the ball, Brian Flores can't develop players and all that. This man takes the least of talent and makes that talent good or very good or sometimes even great. You understand me? Period. Even with no Williams wall, Kamala, he develops players at a high level. Period. Brian Flores puts players in the best position to win. Now you want to go to the offensive side of the ball? Cool. Of course, then KOC's ability to develop a young player? Cool. I'm with that all day, all night. You understand? But Flores, the defensive side, now it's always work to be done, of course. But let's not do that at all. Holding in the building, my dog, my brother, holding in the building. What up? What up, Holmes? You hear me? Heavy. SKOL vibes. Let's get it. Let's get it. So once again, let me know who you think has true control of this whole situation, baby. No cap. Oh yeah, here we go. Oh yeah. Now I'm gonna get into this JJ McCarthy and Murray battle. I might drop the link after this one here. Let's get it, bro. Come lock in with me. Come rock and roll with me. No cap. Here we go, bro. Heavy. 1 second. Here we go. Hold up. Here we go. Now, when we talk about the Kyler Murray and JJ McCarthy battle, the biggest question for the battle about the battle is, will it be a fair battle as well? You understand? So let's get it down and break it down in the boogie downtown. The Minnesota Vikings will have a QB competition to determine their starter for week 1. Over the offseason, the Vikings signed Kyler Murray and re-signed Carson Wentz. with JJ McCarthy, as Minnesota hopes the play under center doesn't prevent them from reaching the playoffs. After seeing Sam Darnold win Super Bowl, etc., blah, 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 with the Seattle Seahawks and the QB's disappointing play during the 25 NFL season, it was Super Bowl 60, right? Right. Here we go. Head coach Kevin O'Connell and the team's front office are taking a different approach. On April 3rd, NBC Sports NFL insider Mike Florio shared the latest on the team's QB competition and what part will determine who wins the battle. So I pretty much showed this video before. Hold on. Or something similar for sure. Coach Kevin O'Connell explained during a recent visit with PFT Live that eventually there will be a clear delineation of positions on the depth chart. Florio wrote, "The real question is when." He didn't rule out the possibility of determining the starter entering training camp. That seems unlikely. However, the competition will likely commence during preseason practices and games. Moreover, despite having Wentz back in the fold, Florio notes that the competition is strictly between Murray and McCarthy. Wow. It will come down undoubtedly to Kyler Murray or JJ McCarthy. Florio added. O'Connell explained that he has no concern about McCarthy becoming disenchanted if he doesn't win the job. Well, McCarthy ain't gonna duck no smoke or nothing. Here we go. May the best man win. Period. The best news for the Vikings is that, however it plays out, they'll have a solid number 2. And if Carson Wentz makes the final 53, a third stringer who can win games if need be. And like, stop disrespecting McCarthy, man. Ain't no way in hell Carson Wentz was going to come in there and compete for the 2 spot. You understand? Period. I know the hype. Everybody's saying this. Everybody saying that. Carson Wentz is who Carson Wentz is, Holmes. Period. Heavy. He's not the same Carson Wentz he was with the Eagles or he was with whoever. Hail to the no. Now, he's a tough son of a bitch. Respect him for that. Tough as nails. No cap. KOC tried to kill the man last year, and he stuck in there through thick and thin. And he didn't flinch once. So respect him for that for sure, SKOL VIKES. But like Florio just said, the real battle is between Murray and McCarthy, period. Pick whatever side you want to damn pick. It don't matter. For real. Because when the smoke clears, we're going to see who the man is. And all I ask for is for it to be a fair competition. A fair competition for real, man. Period. You know? Kevin O'Connell said that JJ McCarthy is back in Minnesota after spending the early part of the offseason training in California and has been in the building most days working out in the weight room. Seifert wrote on March 30. Okay, boom. So McCarthy putting in that work, dog, getting bigger, getting stronger, heavy. If that boy can come in at about 200 plus, 210 plus, he's already a big dog at that. Come on now, for real. That boy put that right weight on, come back more in tune, in line, and all that. Understanding the playbook even more. The game has slowed down for him, right? Even more. Boom. Period. Heavy. Oh, it's going down in Egan. It's going down in Egan, bro, for sure. You already know what it is, huh? Heavy. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Understand? Here we go. Yeah, that's about it, bro. We know the battle is going to be real and pure. That's all we want. That's all we want, right? Is a real fair-ass damn battle. Period. Here we go. Even if we win the draft, who's developing them? Correct. Got to develop your players, period. Got to develop your players, period, Holmes. No cap. Here we go. Imagine if we go DT round 1, DT round 2, make a type of Williams wall again look more like Eagles line front four. You could definitely do it. You could definitely do it. Oh, we already. That is why I don't believe we need a strong safety like Dylan Bumass on this team. We have serviceable strong safety and free safety, not Super Bowl, no, but can do the job. Who's serviceable? Expound, Daniel. Which serviceable strong safeties or free safeties are you talking about? Like, who are you talking about for real, bro? Period. Are you saying you rely on Harrison Smith or rely on Josh Metellus? As far as coverage goes, hell no. I know you ain't saying that, bro. For real. Here we go. QB1, Kyler Bum Murray, Wentz QB2, Bum QB3, Brosmer. We will bury JJM on the depth chart. Nah, man. Come on now. I gotta boo that one, man. Come on now, bro. Stop the cap. You hear me? Heavy. He talking about Kyler Murray 1, Wentz 2, Brosma 3, and gonna bury my dog, my brother, JJM. Hell to the no, Holmes. Heavy. You hear me? Heavy. You tripping on that one, Holmes. No cap. Here we go. So that's pretty much it for the Kyler Murray, JJ McCarthy segment. And I will be dropping the link. Probably be only for about 10-15 minutes. 10-15 minutes. That's about it today. You want to come rock and roll with me, lock in with me. I'm finna drop the link, man. Take a little quick intermission. I will be right back. You come in the chat, make sure you like and fire the chat up, like, comment, and subscribe. Support the grind, support the channel. Why not, Holmes? It takes less than 1 second. Heavy. You hear me? Heavy. SKOL VIKES. But like I say, man, quick little intermission. I will be back. You want to come lock in with me? Hit that link for real. SKOL VIKES. Here we go. Here we go. Dale in the building. What up, dog?
Going on.
What's going on with you, man? All is good, all is well, man.
Happy Easter.
You as well, man. You as well. How you doing, bro?
Doing all right. Doing all right. Doing all right. Doing all right. So like, you know what I really like about you, EJ, and what I like about this is if you're really in tune with it, we can relate to the news of our team with our lives and our experiences, right? Like the process, right? The process and the effort. We're not necessarily responsible for the outcome, just for the effort, right? The outcome is a different is a different entity, right? The intent on to control the outcome is what counts. Like, do you want to win? Of course, man. Everybody wants to win, but we're always going to run into opposition, man. The thing about being a real winner is being permeable in life at dealing with the ebbs and flows, right? I can only give what I have. As above, so below, right? And to see where I'm at, that's the payoff. Reason why I bring that up is looking at, where our team is in flux without a head, or a temporary head, we shedding skin over here.
Right.
And I see that in my life too, right? Like I'm 100% uh, sole custodial parent of my daughter. Today she took off to go have Easter with her grandmother on her mother's side, right? I give her the freedom to do that. I want what's best for her. But the thing is that she feels obligated, right, to go. She really don't want to go. She'd rather be with me because I give her that freedom. And that's what we have here is the freedom, right? We see all this stuff happening in our lives and as a hobby, and we get to interject in on it, and have an opinion about it and try to make sense of it and what will work and what won't and what we've tried,
Right. Yeah. Yeah, the main thing is as far as the Vikings, man. Like you said, what's the ultimate goal? Knock down obstacles, get through this, get through that. What is the main goal though? To win, right? But it's certain shit you're gonna have to face along the way. Keep going, just can't stop, bro. But are you the question is, do you really want to win or is it bullshit? Are you acting like you want to win but don't want to win, right? Like in the McCarthy situation, is it really a QB battle or is it all fake smoke and mirrors and McCarthy and Murray had the job already? So yeah, bro. I dig it though for sure. I definitely dig it, man.
You know what I mean? Because
To the wire.
like the beauty is the W, right?
Right.
That's beauty, right? To get there, it's hideous. And we got to go through a bunch of shit to get that W. Be eating them motherfuckers though.
Yeah.
Right?
But some of that shit is self-inflicted by the Vikings as well. Some of the
exactly.
shit themselves, bro, is stupid as fuck.
Because they're trying to control too much, right? It's because it's ego driven. It isn't it isn't like what Norris said the other day. I'm trying to be around people in a room full of people who are smarter than me. If I need to be the smartest one in the room, I'm in fucking trouble, man. You know what I mean?
Then you're in your ego. You got to be the smartest. You got to run it all. That's kind of what's KOC has been as far as play calling goes.
My dude.
Yeah. So it's like get out your ego, bro, and do what's needed. Do what's best for the team, bro. Lead your team for real. put your team in the best position. Like that boy say north say out of boy Delton. Keep that arrow pointed north. Let's go, man. Let's get it.
And you as well. And you as well, EJ. We keep our eye on the prize, man. That's
So,
what
man,
we do.
no matter what, man. Hey, when
You
there's
know,
a drop, we stepping.
you know the thing about it is, man, on a daily, right? On a daily, I
Yeah.
give everything I can when I live a good day. That means I die internally at the end of the day. And in the morning when I wake up, I'm reborn
Yeah. Let's get it, man.
to try it again, right?
Sure, bro.
My dog.
Hold up, Dale. Real shit.
So, like, seeing outside influences come in and somebody within my inner circle trying to orchestrate the shit, I have to be able to see that. You know
Yeah,
what I
who
mean?
don't know shit about what's going on. Don't know nothing about the
Exactly.
business. Really could
Within
care less about what's going on. Oh, shit.
within me, though, it's my job. It's my job. And I'm speaking in the third person, specifically with 9 as an example. It's my job to wake up in the morning and eat that shit. You know what I mean? Get motherfucking better each day and give it 100%.
Yeah. Big facts.
And
And big facts, no cap. Let me ask you this about McCarthy, right? I know it's a whole thing about who's gonna win the battle, right? So let's say, and I know you spoke on it before too, but let's say it is a fair battle, right? So do you see McCarthy winning? You see it being close, McCarthy edging out, or what?
I see McCarthy winning, man.
Yeah, me too, man.
I think that, and the reason why is I think he's trying to figure shit out. Honestly, he's throwing shit against the wall and seeing what works.
Mm.
You know what I mean? I think Kyler Murray is too selfish of a person. Like he doesn't have enough faith in his brother to let that ball go before he breaks on his route.
Gotcha.
You understand what I'm saying?
Do you think Murray? Do you think Murray really cares about winning, or is he still that same Murray who wants the game all day and get paid?
And that's what that's a specific example that I just cited, EJ, about
Right.
his selfishness. He will not let the ball go until the wide receiver is buck naked wide open. That's why they call that
Murray, dog.
Huh?
It's a lot of questions about Murray that we don't know. Which Murray are we getting, bro? Like he could be a trash Murray.
It's all about development of self. If you're too scared to make a mistake, you're cutting yourself off from honesty of who you really are. Because everybody makes mistakes, man. It's do you own up to that shit and try to improve.
Yeah, and also the key is not making that same mistake again. You know.
Exactly. But the thing about it is, EJ, it's not, life ain't linear, man. Life is not linear. It's more centrifugal. Like it'll come back in the same damn form with just a different face.
But see, that's why being aware comes, really learning from a situation instead of ignoring it. That's the big part, dog.
Honesty.
Of course, it's gonna come back, especially in different ways for certain individuals. But how do you handle it? Do you realize it? It's tough. That's part of the process, though. You gotta get past that part.
And that's the thing about it. Are you that selfish to where you're always gonna blame somebody else so that you can just keep on repeating the same mistakes? Maybe you like the mistakes you make, motherfucker.
Exactly. Real shit.
You have to look at that as a person.
Real shit.
Because if that's the case, then you a fucking L cab. You know?
You will never change. You will never change.
You a loser. You a fucking loser. If you're not moving forward, you're falling backwards. There's only two ways to go, motherfucker. You can only pass or run.
Right. And look with Kyler Murray, that's my whole thing. Like I said earlier, how you gonna crown a man you don't know what he brings to the table as a quarterback? You don't know if he's still, well, we know he's injury prone. You don't know if he has the same speed, has the same arm ability. His body's been broken down. He's been beaten up. All that, bro. You don't know where his confidence is. I don't care how good he sound in the presser. Fuck that. We're gonna see though.
Right, exactly. And that goes back to like a magic pill, and you just wanting the solution.
Right.
Well, the solution is in the process, motherfucker. It don't revolution don't come in a shiny package, bro.
Process, bro. Which is what though, Dale? KOC working with McCarthy, right? Part of it.
I would think so.
How come JJ McCarthy has gotten the worst treatment out of all quarterbacks, bro? And he's been the youngest.
Because he
fucked up, dog.
You know why? Because he's probably fucking honest.
Yeah. Too much spirit for him.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's probably honest, and that interferes with snaky fucking people, man.
Yeah.
Because they will backstab you and make you into the problem because they're only thinking about self.
Hold on. What AZ bro say? I've been sliding for K1. You don't know ball. Expound. You said, how do we don't know ball, man? Just because you standing up and sliding for K1 don't mean you're right, bro. Period. You know what I'm saying?
There's two sides to a coin.
Exactly, bro. Like we know for a fact he was gaming more than focusing on football. That's a fact. We know for a fact his leadership isn't questioned.
And that's in writing. You know? That was in his contract.
Facts.
Like literally in writing, bro. This motherfucker want to live in fantasy land and play motherfucking video games, homie.
Come on, bro. Is he that same guy? Who knows? But AZ, bro, don't be biased though, bro, you know?
You always got to keep it, AZ, you always got to keep an open mind, man. You always, as a human, you got to, because you don't, and I don't know, and EJ don't know, but we here trying to figure it out.
Yeah, man.
Because these other motherfuckers think that they got the solution. They really don't have the motherfucking solution. Nobody does except for the motherfucker pulling the trigger. And even when you pull the trigger, you have to have discernment on whether that bullet is positive or negative. Yeah. It ain't about the gun and whether the gun exists, motherfucker. It's what your intent is. Do you have trust in that? Do you have faith in letting that motherfucking thing go? Mm-hmm. Huh? I'm feeling it today, EJ. Huh?
Hey, let's get it, man. I feel you, bro. Let's get it, man. And then some things we do know is KOC is not trustworthy as far as what he says than his actions behind it. So it's a lot of question, bro, period.
His track record is fucked up, and what he be saying and the Freudian slips that be coming out that man's mouth when he goes through a motherfucking interview on some just basic shit.
Yeah, and people don't even peep it or catch it or care about it, dog. They don't give a damn about it, man.
Because like when we went over the video the other night, the biggest tell for me is when he said, this man said, we want the person coming in. Just that right there, talking about the quarterback position, right? That means that who he's talking about isn't there and hasn't been there. And you know the two players that have been there? JJ McCarthy, Carson Wentz.
Yeah.
That only leaves one motherfucker.
Yeah.
So it seems like everything is in play already. That it doesn't even fucking matter. Because he's looking for a way out. He wants the solution. Because his process and what he's talking about, if he's honest with himself, is his own mistakes that he's made, man.
Yeah, especially when it comes to the offensive side. And McCarthy, definitely, bro.
Bro, we rolled out the 27th ranked offense last year as far as yardage, man. Get the fuck out of here, man. Talk about that.
Yep.
Cite that number, motherfucker.
Exactly.
You want to talk about analytics? Talk about how you need to improve, because our offense was ranked, that I was ahead of, was ranked 27th in the NFL. Meanwhile, the defense yardage was ranked 3rd. So I am failing and I need to get better.
Yep.
Do you know how much that would charge the locker room up on an off season to hear people that you work with on a daily, you say that on national media?
Yep.
They'd be like, damn, I need to get better too. But he's curtsying to some rich motherfuckers who ain't even around. But he wants to paint the picture of, oh, I got this.
Yeah. I mean,
you know what I mean?
He's never had it, bro. You know, he act like he had it, but he's never had it in order. That's why you see the failures in the playoffs and shit. A lot of shit going on, man. Hey, but about 2 more minutes, Dale. Your final thoughts, man.
Give it everything you got today, man. We only got one life, man. You know what I mean? Be yourself. And whatever that means. And you figure out who you are through who you know you don't want to be. So go out there and make some mistakes today. It's all right. We'll be here for you when you get back, huh? Player? Owner?
For sure, man. Real
Yo,
shit,
peace,
man.
y'all.
Hold it down, dog. Shout out Dell in the building, man. Shout out Dell in the building heavy. Here we go. Here we go, man. AZ, bro. Is that all you want? A chip collar is 20th best QB out there. Just stop. What we talk about here, AZ, bro? Come on, man. The whole Viking room had a 38.9 QBR. The fuck is we talking about here, bro? It's not a fact, Goofy. What's not a fact? AZ, bro, you're so caught up and in love with Kyler Murray, Holmes. You're ignoring the facts. I understand you want him to succeed and do good, but the facts are it's a lot of questions about him as well, bro. Period. Here we go. The KFC playbook calls for read 1, read 2, read 3, check down, then run. We don't see that with Kyler. Here we go. Kyler isn't the third down efficiency in the entire league. It's horrible, and we see third down a lot with the KOC playbook. Here we go. If you work a 12 or 15-hour day, are you doing extra at home? He did all the work at the facility. Ask previous players. He's first there and last to leave. We're gonna see then. We're gonna see AZ for sure, dog. You hear me? Heavy. We're gonna see for sure, man. Heavy, no cap. That's the beautiful thing about it, right? AZ bro 95, and shout out to AZ bro 95 in the building. He get a little sensitive when you speak on Murray and all that, Holmes. Period, no cap. Don't worry about it. Murray gonna get a fair opportunity, fair trade, and all that, fair shake. Let's just make sure McCarthy gets a fair shake as well, no cap. Understand? So you know exactly what I say when we say, hey, we don't know yet for sure, Holmes. We don't know yet for sure. You understand? Some things we know, some things we may not know, but you can read certain things, read certain individuals and all that. You hear me? The fake, the real, etc. Fake smiles, fake speeches, fake handshakes, hugs, boom, all of the above. You hear me? Early, dog. It's a different animal when you can read energy and all that early. So KOC, we know KOC has been full of shit. All I'm saying is do your research. Don't just blindly listen to the media. It's not about not listening to the media, AZ, bro. It's facts that he struggled. He struggled in certain areas of his game. It's facts that he wanted to game and not play ball. Period. What research, man? What research? I never said Kyler Murray was ass. Who said that? And you said JJ was ass. That's on you, bro. You haven't saw one game, right? You haven't saw one damn game, bro. Have you seen JJ McCarthy play one time? I've seen Kyler Murray play before a few times at that, Jack. So what are we talking about here, Jack? For real. You know, people know the areas Kyler Murray struggles in. It's a fact Kyler Murray is injury prone and all that. Period. So you should have done research on JJ McCarthy because you knew nothing about JJ McCarthy. You just been listening to the analysts, ESPN, certain creators, and all that round yonder. You know, it's actual numbers and facts and stats on Murray, what he did and didn't do. Period. Understand? Don't get fooled by the bullshit. Don't be bamboozled by the bullshit, Holmes. You hear me? Heavy. It's a lot of bullshit out there. Straight up. Straight up, dog. No cap. What he said, I watched JJ's tape last year. So what you observe about JJ then, dog? Let me know. Heavy. Huh? Yeah. What you observe about JJ then, bro? Period. Dog, you're the one making claims about K1 in games. It ain't true. You saying it ain't true. I'm saying it is true. What up? Give me proof. Bring proof here to me and show me it ain't true. And matter of fact, come up on stage and show me it ain't true. You hear me? Heavy. That's what I want you to do, AZ bro 95, because you talking about it ain't true. Well, where's the evidence of that? Right? Big facts, no cap. Here we go. Get into it, man. Next segment right here, man. We're gonna get into the draft, and I think Holden said something earlier. Hold up. Very, very crazy, very trippy, man. That boy Daniel say this ain't Madden. This ain't Madden. Big facts, man. Big facts. No cap. Here we go. Oh yeah. He said this ain't Madden, bro. Here we go. Hold up 1 second. We're Holden's comment out. Hey, that's trippy, Holden, because that's the player I was going to talk about today, right now. I saw something about him earlier, Holmes, earlier the morning. I was like, damn, is this dude for real? Is this a real situation? Oh yeah, that's real trippy though, Holden. I was going to talk about him already. He was the player of the day. Shout out my brother Holden in the building, bro. Heavy. SKOL VIKES. And shit, let's go ahead and break it down in the boogie downtown, right? Right. You are Bernard. I repeat, you are Bernard. Defensive tackle from Nigeria. I know it, Holden. I know it. Like I said, very trippy, man. I saw some on him earlier this day. For sure. Yeah. Earlier this day, man. For sure. Here we go. Here we damn go, man. Straight up. You know what I mean? That's crazy work right there. With that being said, hell, let's get into it. Oh yeah, let's get into it, bro. Heavy. Here we go. And I want to see if he got some video too. He's an athletic specimen. Or there you go. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, man. But it's crazy work with him. He's a crazy athlete, Holmes. Heavy. You are. You are Bernard once again. You are Bernard. Is he the steal of the draft, man? Let me know if you heard of You Are Bernard as well, Holmes. Heavy. Here we go. But that's crazy works, Holden. I was going to talk about him and you mentioned him, bro. Let's get it. Let's get it. SKOL Vikes, baby. SKOL Vikes for sure. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, yeah. 1 second, Holmes. So I'm going to get into the video first and all that. Let's see here. 1 second. For real, bro. 1 second, baby.
Sean Oakman, we're good, bro.
But pay attention, pay attention. And once again, he is from Nigeria and all that. I guess he was in the overseas, or the, what they call it, the overseas draft and all that. Whatever go down around there. But his numbers were crazy. His size is crazy. And he will be in the draft this year. Now, this happens every so few amount of years, right? Right. Certain players enter the draft. Boom. Crazy athletes, crazy athletic. And he's all the way from Nigeria, Holmes, early. You understand? Hold up. Here we go. Looking at McCarthy last year, I saw a young QB who played like a rookie at times, but he also showed flashes, a never say die attitude, and a desire to be a leader of his team. I think JJ has potential. Man, Black Iron Pot Records coming in hot, coming in real hot. Drink you some cold water, my boy. Cool off. SKOL Vikes, baby. Here we go. Heavy. Come on, dog. For sure, man. You know, you hit it on the head with a hammer. I repeat, you hit it on the head with a damn hammer, dog. Heavy. SKOL Vikes. Lock in, 9. I repeat, lock in, 9. They don't want to see you shine, dog. Go shine. SKOL Vikes. Here we go. Let's get it, bro. Here we go. Make sure you come in the chat. You like it up. Support the grind. Support the channel. Like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that bell as well.
Sean Oakman, we're good, bro. Uar Bernard is here. Remember the name, because after what happened today, he is being regarded by NFL trainers as the greatest athlete ever. And by the way, if you want to stay updated in the football world, make sure you're following. Straight from a small village in Nigeria, he participated in the NFL's International Combine Showcase. Guys, he's a 6'5", 306-pound defensive tackle with 6% body fat. That is less than most NBA.
Crazy work, bro. You heard what he said? Huh? Crazy work, man. Huh? Crazy.
Sean Oakman, we're good, bro. Uar Bernard is here. Remember the name, because after what happened today, he is being regarded by NFL trainers as the greatest athlete ever. And by the way, if you want to stay updated in the football world, make sure you're following. Straight from a small village in Nigeria, he participated in the NFL's International Combine Showcase. Guys, he's a 6'5", 306-pound defensive tackle with 6% body fat. That is less than most NBA players. Here is him, jumping 39 inches. The man is over 300 pounds. He has a 10.
Damn, boy. That boy dangerous, boy. Heavy. Man, dog. No cap. That's how he coming. That's how he coming. So damn for real. We go.
0.00 perfect relative athletic score. He had a broad jump of 10 foot 10 inches. That is 14 inches more than any D tackle at the combine this year. And on top of all that, he ran a 4.66 40-yard dash. Legendary wide receiver Keenan Allen ran a 4.71 40-yard dash. I am genuinely unsure if the man is a human or the first AI football player. The NFL trainers are saying they've never seen anything like him in their life. And the craziest part, he himself said he wanted to get into real estate until coaches told him to pursue athletics. Brother, the only real estate you should be pursuing is an NFL backfield, and my friend, you will own a lot of it. Y'all need to go ahead and tell your favorite team to draft this guy. Let him know, because he will not be around very long in this upcoming draft. Sean Oakman, we're good.
I'm going to play it one more time. Running back one more time. Here we go, man. SKOL Vikes. You are Bernard. You are Bernard Holmes. Let me know how you feel about you are Bernard. Do you know about him? Have you heard of him? Etc. 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 Baby, he might be a real monster. Here we go.
Bro, Uar Bernard is here. Remember the name, because after what happened today, he is being regarded by NFL trainers as the greatest athlete ever. And by the way, if you want to stay updated in the football world, make sure you're following. Straight from a small village in Nigeria, he participated in the NFL's International Combine Showcase. Guys, he's a 6'5", 306-pound defensive tackle with 6% body fat. That is less than most NBA players. Here is him, jumping 39 inches. The man is over 300 pounds. He has a 10.00 perfect relative athletic score. He had a broad jump of 10 foot 10 inches. That is 14 inches more than any D tackle at the combine this year. And
so his athletic skills are damn near superior to anyone in his class, any of his peers, etc., etc., etc. Holmes, heavy. Here we go. No cap. You know, you might want to just look at you are, oh man. Boy, what? Take the what and leave the what.
Sean Oakman, we're good, bro. Uar Bernard is here. Remember the name, because after what happened today, he is being regarded by NFL trainers as the greatest athlete ever. And by the way, if you want to stay updated in the football world, make sure you're following. Straight from a small village in Nigeria, he participated in the NFL's International Combine Showcase. Guys, he's a 6.
Yeah, bro, he's a crazy specimen for real. Crazy ass specimen for real. I'm gonna get into this article right quick. Give me 1 second, man. Here we go. I gotta talk about JG though. Yeah, I can't forget about JG. 1 second though, man. Where we at here? Want that out here. Here we go. You need experience to get experience, but UR Bernard might prove to be a slight expectation at the NFL drafts. The Nigerian has virtually no high-level organized football experience, so that's a big question for him as well. The teams want to take a chance on him, you know, playing no football, having no experience. You want to take him at the highest level against the best of the best, top of the top. Hey, bro, but his athletic freak, athletic specimen, and all that, I'm sure a team will take a chance on him, Holmes, for real, no cap. Here we go. The Nigerian has virtually no high-level organized football experience, but his numbers posted at the NFL's HBCU showcase have certainly turned heads. Bernard, at 6'4" and 306 pounds, with 11-inch hands, nearly 36-inch arms, and 6% body fat, logged a vertical jump of 39 inches and a broad jump of 10-10, which is marked as 14 inches more than any other defensive tackle at this year's NFL Combine. Crazy freak though, athletic freak for sure. The question is, can he play damn ball? I mean, this ain't no damn cakewalk, right? Boom. You understand? Shit. You expected him to just walk in there and understand the game, be able to match the physicality of the game. You hear me? You know, what is his heart level? What is his toughness level, Holmes? Heavy. You know, what is his spirit level at and all that? You know what I mean? Early. Or is he just a big jive turkey punk chunk? When he get on the field of battle, will he fold? Huh? Heavy. You hear me? No cap. Will he play with soul and all that? Early. So that's the big question about him. I mean, hell, I didn't know the man played no damn football, had no football experience. Man, damn. You know, I understand he big, powerful, all that. But you can jump as high as you want to, run as fast as you want to, for sure. But when it's time to get on the field and you can't play ball, you can't hit somebody in the mouth across the line from you, you know? Yeah. Better get up out of here before you get hurt for real, my boy. No cap. Understand? Some of them international players don't understand the game for real. you know, early. We'll see, though. We definitely will see. His 40-yard dash came in at 4.63 seconds. Let's go. Hands down, he is the most explosive athlete I've ever seen in my life. Trainer Jordan who is this? Trainer Jordan Llewellyn told The Athletic, he broad jumped 10-10, and it was effortless. At 306 pounds, I've never seen anything like it. Oh, wow. Wow, bro. That's the big question, bro. That's the big question right there, bro. No cap, for real. That's the big question, bro, for real. Shout out Northfield's in the building, man. He said, good pep talk, Dalton. Here we go, no cap, man. SKOL VIKES. I've been listening while cooking. Says facts, Black Iron. Yeah, that boy Black Iron came in with it heavy, man, as well. They disrespecting McCarthy. They've been disrespecting McCarthy since day one. Since day one, man. No cap. Straight up. Wow, bro. It's crazy what people see and don't see, man, or choose not to pay attention to, period. The numbers don't even do him justice. Quarterback coach George Whitfield added to the outlet. Bernard was first discovered as a basketball player in Nigeria, and the coach told him to try American football. Since then, he participated in several camps in Africa before getting selected for the NFL's international player pathway. Now the 21-year-old, along with a few other prospects, will be in Pittsburgh for the draft starting on April 23rd. Bernard could go on day 3, and his progress is something NFL teams should take into account. He began training on January 18 in Florida, weighing in at 295 pounds with 11% body fat. He first completed the vertical jump at 32 inches and broad jumped 9.4. And his numbers have definitely increased since then. Here we go. Outside conditioning and physical test. The IPP program also runs football IQ test and physical football drills. Bernard has picked up many things just from watching YouTube, but what remains to be the biggest challenge will be learning the ins and outs of playing on the defensive line. And a grammatical error here, they forgot the fuck going on around here. Here we go. The most notable IPP alum stands as Eagles offensive tackle Jordan Mailata, who was drafted in the seventh round, 233rd overall in the 2018 draft. Oh yeah, bro. So I'm sure he will definitely get a shot, right? Right. No doubt about that for sure. Shit, should the Vikings do it? Should the Vikings take a chance on him? Yeah, fire up the chat. Let me know, bro. Should the Vikings take a real chance on him heavy? It's always a risk. It's always a risk, period. No doubt, man. No doubt. Yeah, you got the Niners showing interest in him. I'm sure a lot more teams will show interest in him, of course. As the days go by, as the draft approaches. Oh, trust me, it will be certain teams that take certain risks, period. I'm sure Seattle will snap him up quickly and swiftly. I don't know, bro. I don't know. His biggest question is, can he play football? Can he match the physicality of the NFL level of players? It's a different animal, man. A different animal. Ain't like he's going into the college realm. He's going into the NFL realm. Straight up. You know? He's going into the NFL realm without a doubt. We go, man. We go. But yeah, that is, you are Bernard. You understand? You are Bernard, like I say, international player. Which team will take a chance on him, bro? Heavy. For sure. That's pretty much for the live, man. I'm finna get up out of here. Shout out to my big dogs, my Levy dogs. Shout out Dell in the building who came in the building, man. Heavy, you know. Shout out to my subscribers and supporters. You are much appreciated for life. Never forget it, man. You know what it is. Big SKOL here. SKOL Vikes, win, lose, or draw, but we come to win. Believe that. And guess what? We run the North for sure. Down at the levee, we going fishing at the levee. SKOL Vikes. Here we go.